Hey everybody, it's the Freff Friday Funtime Film Fiesta.
I'm more of a constitutional
Take your
protector.
face off. All right, those are our great Nick Cage impersonations, folks. Because
Oh
we're
yeah,
talking about I don't even know what one you did.
national treasure.
What was the line? I love that movie.
He's like, I'm more of a. Well, he says I'm a more of a. I thought it was the Constitution, but I don't think he says that protector. It was like I'm a more of a constitutional protector.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
All right. Anybody, hey everybody, welcome to the show. I'm Jeff. This is Francis. Thanks for being here. Thank you, everybody. I see people in the live chat. We appreciate you very much.
Hi.
If anybody's watching in post, we appreciate you just the same. So, we had already planned. This is our mainly going to be our film show with some extra stuff. This is something we do every so often on Friday. We had already planned to do this, but as some of you know who watch Super Geeked Up, which is on Wednesdays, unfortunately I got sick, and the first time I ever had to cancel in like 8 years. So we're gonna work some of that in today. We're gonna start off with a geeky question, do a little bit of SGU stuff just to kind of make up a little bit for Wednesday. And then we're gonna talk about some films. We're also, if you have a suggestion maybe for a film-related game, we'll kind of work that in as well. Do some fun stuff. The films that are on the docket for tonight, though, we're going to talk about a little later on, are the. I just froze. That was good timing. The Lost City, the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and then Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Those are the big ones we'll talk about. We might do super quick things on other ones that only one of us have seen each. But those are the big ones. And then we'll do some geeky stuff as well. Don't worry, we will give you any spoiler warnings before we get into that. So you will not get spoiled if you have not seen these movies. Thank you for asking, Chaz. I appreciate it very much. Definitely a lot better. Probably not 100% necessarily, but definitely a lot better than I was on Wednesday. So thanks, man. Thank you again, listeners to me. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And thank you everybody who wished me well on the Facebook as well. Let's see here. Francis is on a sincere. Oh, are you? Are you in sincere sarcasm on the thing?
I just made a comment earlier.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
we're good.
All right. All right, here we go, folks. So let's start off with this is something we were going to do on Wednesday because Wednesday was May the 4th. So I was like, this is great. Super Geeked Up is on May the 4th. We do Star Wars. But guess what? Some people call this Revenge of the 6th because it's May 6th, so it still works, right? I want them to work in the 7th and the 8th somehow to keep expanding it.
Well, yeah,
I don't know how they
nothing
do
rhymes
that.
with the Force Awakens.
7th, I don't know what it would be. I don't know
Or
like,
the
what
Phantom
Star Wars
Menace.
rhymes with 7th.
Nothing.
I mean, it doesn't
The
have to be
Phantom
Force
Menace,
Awakens.
Clone
It could be anything
Wars.
technically.
Phantom Menace, Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith. But they did that
Seventh
already.
Menace. That's almost. How about something the Seventh Menace? I don't know. That almost rhymes. Not quite.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
Almost. Not quite. All right. We'll just stick with the 3 days, I suppose. um, let's see here. Carrie. Hey, welcome, Carrie and Lizzie as well. Good. I'm glad you can post.
Oh, good.
Jalu, don't worry. It was a briefer thing. I don't need to be resting that many days. I don't. I hate getting seconds, and I almost never do. Knock on wood. Where's my wood? There we go. Oh shit! Rogue 7. That's smart.
But then you could do it for everything. Then Rogue 8.
Well, yeah,
Rogue 9,
but
Rogue
when you're
10.
really stuck, you pulled this one out. That's good, Carrie. I like it. Rogue 7. That's really smart. She wore her Vader shirt today for Revenge of the Six. Good, Tammy. Very good. You're in the good time here. And let's see. What did Carrie say? I'm sorry. He'd seen 2 of these films.
No, have yet to see and to
You
see
have to
any
see
of these
2.
films.
No. Carrie, we're actually going to start with some geeky chat first, so you can stay around, and we'll give you any spoiler warnings before we start to talk about the films. Carrie, this is the best thing I've heard. I'm more excited to watch Everything Everywhere at Once than I am Doctor Strange. I am not excited to watch Doctor Strange. I was super excited to watch the Everything movie. The Sinister 7th. That's not bad either. Sinister. I mean, that's not in a type, but the Sith can be considered sinister, right? I suppose.
That's Spider-Man, right?
I know, but whatever. Sinister 6 is Spider-Man, sure.
Yeah.
I like it, Tammy. Thank you, Lizzie. Appreciate the. Yes, I am feeling better. Wow, we have like the nicest fans here. I already knew that. So, Star Wars question for Revenge of the Sixth. What Star Wars character would you want? Well, okay, this is how I originally phrased it because we were going to have an author on the show. Would you want to write a story about? Which we can still do that. What Star Wars character would you want to write a story about? Or if you're not a writer, you don't want to do that. Maybe would you want to be in a story with? How about that?
I love how just authors everywhere. I love it.
There are
So many
man.
authors.
Once we started writing, you know what I mean? It's like now authors are all over the place on our show.
Yeah, that seems to be the
Including JC, a master on the chat there. Okay, so what author would you either want to what author? What character, Star Wars character, would you want to write a story about or be in a story with? How about that? We'll do that.
be in a story with. Oh man.
Yeah, let's say you were, you could jump into the world of Star Wars, be a fictional character there.
Oh wow.
I would want to write a story about Mara Jade because, as you know, I love Mara Jade, that character. And I think that would be super awesome. I don't know what it would be because I just thought of that right now, but I think that'd be great. Well, yes, go ahead. What would you got?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's so many Star Wars. You know what? If I were to pick one, I would have to pick Yaddle.
What, is that the Yoda woman?
That's the female Yoda.
You would pick that. I can because you
How fun would
because
that
we don't
be,
know
though?
anything, right? Because you would
know,
like.
Yeah, it's like here's the history. Here is this planet that actually have other Yodas. There's not just like 2 in the entire galaxy that we know of. Now 3, I guess, if you count Grogu. There's 3 Yodas in the entire galaxy. You see a ton of Rodians, you see a ton of Twi'leks, you see 3 of the Yoda characters. Let's find out what's up with them. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, I'm down with it. You're right.
I want to see. I want Grogu to be the love child of Yaddle and Yoda.
I mean, he's not because the timeline wouldn't make sense, right?
Well, he would be. You're right.
He was because Yoda
No,
was
he's
already
50.
dead. Yoda was. Oh shit, he is 50.
Yeah, the baby's 50, so technically he would have been
This is only
alive.
a few years after Yoda died.
Yeah.
All right, it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you, oh, wait, but hang on. When you're 850 years old, which Yoda would have been around that time, can you? So wow, I guess he can still get it up, huh? He's still very virile.
The Force, I have.
Yeah, no kidding. So Laura says Princess Leia, no doubt. I agree. That would also be a great character to do a story about or with. JC, oh my God, JC, you totally brought me back to the extended universe, which used to be canon in the Star Wars books. He used to have a thing for Winter. Forgot about Winter. And remind me, John, was Winter like Princess Leia's kind of like main, like kind of right-hand woman assistant, I think, in the Timothy Zahn books that took place right after a few years after Jedi. I think that's who it was, but she was super cool. Almost like an assistant / spy, I want to say, kind of. Yeah, I feel you're looking it up because your screen went on. If you are, tell me if you find something. Kieran Spock crossover. Oh, so Tammy says Kirk and Spock cross over to the Star Wars universe and go on an adventure with Han and Chewie. That would be very fun. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Well, it'd be interesting to see Spock's logic in the world of Star Wars because I don't think he'd find much logic to the Force.
He would not, probably.
So she's an adopted sister. The only child of Winter Selchu, I guess is her name. Winter Selchu.
What is she child of
Sheltay Rectrek. Sister and companion to Princess Leia during the dark years of the reign of the Galactic Empire. So she was a sister,
adopted sister of Leia. Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. He also says Kyle Katarn was rad. There were so many great characters in the expanded universe, which they call the what the fuck?
Legends now.
Legends, yeah. This is me. I love this idea too. He wants to write a story about the Ewoks and how they decide to become slightly warlike, all because they get pissed off that everyone treats them like teddy bears. Oh, all right. So in his world, I guess that's the reason they got warlike.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'd be down with some Ewok stories though.
They were upset.
Carrie doesn't have. God, I'm sorry.
No. It was stupid.
Well, that's what the show's about. I know a particular character I want to be in a story with, but I love to hang around off-duty stormtroopers and listen to their day-to-day lives, like the fan film series Bucketheads. Someone else just told me about that series a couple weeks ago.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
No Jar Jar, huh? No one banned for Jar Jar.
That's a shocker. So JC says yes. Winter was the solo kid's nanny because they had 3 kids, Leia and Han, in the those books. Twins and then another kid, Anakin. When Chaz was much younger, I thought of playing young Obi-Wan in a prequel film, but I wanted to write a story about Yoda. Well, of course, we're going to get the Obi-Wan in a couple weeks here, or 3 weeks or so, series on Disney Plus. All right, so he's going to write Yoda, you're going to write Yaddle, and then you guys can combine to do a Yoda Yaddle or Yaddle Yoda story. Yaddle Yoda. I just like saying that.
Yaddle. Well, Yaddle's a terrible name.
It's so terrible. So bad. Star Wars took away Tagalog. Okay, wait a minute.
Really?
This is a Filipino language, right?
Yeah.
Was it in some of the Ewok stuff? Was it in the music at the end?
I'm gonna look it up
because they changed that, which I hate that they changed it.
Oh, that's the Ewok spoke it. The Ewok spoke Tagalog. That's so funny. Oh man, but they took it out.
Hang on.
It says the Ewoks.
All Ewok lines are still in the movie except the song at the end. Is that the only time Tagalog?
It says so. 30 things you didn't know about the Return of the Jedi. This is from Wired. It says the Ewoks occasionally speak Tagalog, although most of their dialogue is loosely inspired by Kalmuk, a language spoken in Mongolia. Oh, that's fun.
That's super cool. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Jalu. I feel like I've seen maybe a little bit of Space Janders, but it's been a long time ago. Yub, indeed, JC. Okay, so Sam. Hello, Sam. Says Fennec Shand, Mandalorian, probably. Oh, Sam is a writer, by the way, so this is great for her. There's so much we don't know about her backstory so far, and she's a total badass. You could definitely have fun while writing for her. I agree, since Boba Fett totally wasted her as far as I'm concerned.
Well, she used to work for an organization called S.H.I.E.L.D. And then when... I mean, she has the same skill set. The same skill set she used in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. she's using as Fennec Shand. So.
Yep. Yeah, I heard S.H.I.E.L.D. used to try to... they helped take down the Empire.
I mean, they took down an empire.
They helped get the plans to the Death Star. All right, I don't know who this is to about Chicka Wow, but okay, sure. I mean,
maybe to the Yub. Maybe the Yub.
That's funny. Those hot Ewoks.
Not Chicka Wow.
The name Yaddle makes me think of yodel, Lister's mate says, which is what Yoda and Yaddle almost does. Yeah, maybe they can yodel in your guys' stories.
That's how they speak. Well, we never heard Yaddle speak, so maybe Yaddle yodels.
Oh, you'll have fun writing that story if she does. Oh, Sam says, my God, I nearly forgot she was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Wow. Mm-hmm. Agent May, right?
Mm-hmm. Melinda May.
Oh, did they use a thing like Mayday? Did they ever use that?
No, she was the cavalry.
The cavalry. Why did they use Mayday? It was right there sitting in front of them.
I don't know.
Too on the nose, too obvious.
I think, maybe a little too on the nose, yeah.
You see how Mayday, whenever you're in trouble, and she comes roaring in, and she's the cavalry. It works for both.
I mean, it's weird because that's kind of how it worked a little bit, but not really.
I don't know. I don't like cavalry. Like that. Comes down to that name over Mayday.
Yeah. Or if you prefer, her alternate history was she did try to fight an evil organization called the Shadaloo, alongside her buddies Ken and Ryu, and of course,
yes,
yeah.
And she disguised herself as a man and fought alongside a little dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Look, if you're gonna start taking all her roles in, why not Mulan? Why can't we use that? That's one of the best ones.
But she was in the live action too, wasn't she? Oh, but she was like
she was. But I'm like, she's Mulan. She's the original Mulan.
Yeah, but she was a cameo, I guess, and
she's a cameo. She has one line in the live action. She at one time saved the Emperor. Oh, Fennec Shand did.
Oh, really?
Wait, in Star Wars or something else we're talking about? Oh, Mulan. Maybe she's referencing Mulan as well, right? Because she's the Emperor, right? Yeah. I can't remember who Kyle Katarn. Does anybody know who that is? Star Wars.
Is it Kyle? Maybe I thought it was. Oh, here.
Well, both him and JC said Kyle.
Wow, Kyle Katarn does both show up. So it's a fictional character in the expanded universe who appears in the live video game, the Jedi Knight series. So he's just in the video game, the Jedi Knight series.
Okay.
He's a force-sensitive human male rebel operative from Sulon, and later a Jedi of the New Order. And they did live action of him in the video game, so that's great.
All right, Carrie also wouldn't mind a reality type series about Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, and hear him offer daily excuses for not painting the ceiling of their home in the 22 years between Attack of the Clones and A New Hope. Oh shit! Is Attack of the Clones? I guess do they reference that? I forget. They must reference.
I can't imagine they do. Do they really?
Oh, tell me, Carrie. Do they talk about painting the ceiling? Because we see the young versions of them in that movie.
Maybe because
that's hilarious. He didn't do it in 22 years. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, it's because the sand, it gets everywhere.
Right. It's just gonna get the paint all crappy again.
Yeah,
you know,
it's not gonna work.
All the wind and the sand. Yeah. In comes Melinda May to save the day. No Mighty Mouse. You see, she was the complete cavalry. Oh, good rhyming there, Tammy. Like it. Kyle Katarn was in the books too. John believes.
Possibly. I mean, the only thing from the Wikipedia is that
Are you looking at Wikipedia?
Wikipedia, yeah.
Wait, by the way, which is the best name for any pedia out there? Wikipedia.
Even though it's not called that, it's just called. Even though it's called Wikipedia, it's StarWars.fandom.com. So I wish it was called Wikipedia.com, but it's not.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that redirects to there.
I think it does.
They probably have that site as well. Wikipedia is like the wiki of that site, we'll say, right?
Yeah, I like the quote that they just give him. He's like, "I'm no Jedi. I'm just a guy with a lightsaber and a few questions."
That's Kyle's quote.
That's his quote that they put on his Wikipedia page.
All right. Let's see. Any other? I'm trying to think of what other Star Wars, like maybe what? Yeah, like you.
I mean, there's tons.
Not as. What are some ones that are not as super
like do a whole Darth Maul series? You know, just find out what happened. Why that dude?
You could, but you know what? They already brought him back, which I think is ridiculous. I mean, if you did it before that stuff,
yeah, Phantom Menace. You know.
Oh, I know what I want to do.
Oh,
sorry. Go ahead. No. They actually, John just referenced this. They did a whole Rogue series, a Rogue Squadron books, which were great.
Oh, I thought you meant like Rogue from X-Men. Okay.
Oh well, I do. Well, I do want to do a book about her. I also want to do her.
There you go. Yeah.
That's problematic, of course, because of her powers. But I want to do a Wedge Antilles. Now he was in those books prominently, so they've done this. But I love Wedge Antilles, man. I would do more about Wedge, or maybe what Wedge was up to during the original trilogy, while these guys were focused on the main guys, right, and gals. What was we see Wedge during the big battles, but I want to know what maybe he's on some secret side missions, you know,
or Porkins. Give us Porkins.
Well, yes, beforehand, before of course the battle.
Yeah, because he dies. Yes. I mean,
all right, I'll do Wedge, you do Porkins.
I'll do Porkins, yeah,
and then we'll get someone to Biggs. Corin Horn was in the Rogue Squadron books, and then he had his own I Jedi book. I agree, John. He was a really good character.
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones. Beru said he would paint it tomorrow in A New Hope. It looks exactly the same. Okay, good memory, Carrie. That's impressive. Wait, let's see. Victor and Victoria. Is that a musical? Is that a play? A book?
Victor Victoria. It is a play. It is. Victoria Grant Julie Andrews, down and out British soprano, struggles to find work in a nightclub. While trying to scam a free meal, Grant meets cabaret performer Toddy, who comes up with an idea that will change everything.
Oh, Julie Andrews is in it?
Yeah, it's Julie Andrews.
All right, cool. All right, sure. Let's do that with Star Wars people. We can do. I'm sure we know Carrie Fisher could sing, right? So Leia could sing. I don't know what dudes could sing in Star Wars.
No.
Probably kind of silly, like, right?
You can sing like I'm pretty sure he sang some things, but I don't know.
I don't think I've never seen Harrison Ford sing. Chewbacca. We'll just have Chewbacca sing as a Wookiee. Were you going to sing as Harrison Ford? Is that what you're about to do?
I can't. Yeah, but it's impossible because he doesn't. I don't know what he sounds like. I mean, I know what he sounds like, but I don't know if I can impersonate him. Like, I don't know.
It's hard to do singing. Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants more Dak. Was Dak another X-wing pilot?
Oh,
in
I don't
the
know.
original? Tell me, Carrie. Yep, two poor Porkins. John, this is a fun fact. I actually do remember this, that the actor who played Wedge is Ewan McGregor's uncle. Yep.
Oh, Tammy gave the synopsis for Victor Victoria.
A woman pretending to be a man, pretending to be a woman who falls in love with a gangster. What, really? Oh my God, that's so many layers of cross gender stuff going on there.
It's like
No
Tootsie,
Shakespeare.
but
But
in reverse.
oh, look. So Sam says Mark Hamill sings pretty well, actually. He does at one point in The Killing Joke as the Joker, so he would work. Thank you, Sam. There we go.
Yeah, and he sings. Oh, he does sing. He sings "Only You" in the end of the Arkham, one of the Arkham games. He sings "Only You."
All right, cool. Chewbacca, say Scorpio. Glad you're here, man. Scorpio, Chewbacca sings the blues. I would totally buy that album. That's a great title. That would work for him, right? The way Chewbacca sounds. I think he could do blues.
Well,
He could sound kind of mournful, I think, and poignant.
yeah.
Particularly when Han dies.
I think Itchy. I think Itchy would be a better singer, or maybe Grandpa, or whatever the grandpa's
I
name
knew you
was.
were going to bring in the Christmas special.
They're singing in the
special.
Christmas special, though,
Holiday
in the
special.
holiday special.
There
Yeah.
is. Well, you're right. Why don't we just get what the fuck's her name? Golden Girls.
I know. Yeah,
What's her
I
name?
don't remember.
Oh my God! Tell me, folks. Dorothy from the Golden Girls. Her and all the other guys. We'll just get them, recruit them to sing in the in this thing. If the slave outfit of Leia could talk, what would it say pre-film, immediately after the film, and now that it is now a classic cosplay from another century? Wow, what a question!
It's still it's probably one of the most popular still in forms of cosplay for people.
Oh, it
men
is.
and women both.
Absolutely.
I mean, like people
It's
like
one of the
to
most
dress up in
iconic
that.
costumes ever. But he's saying,
Yeah.
what would the outfit itself, I guess, say?
I mean-
well, after the film, I guess after the film, maybe we would say,
Well, there's a picture of her in the ocean, so it'd probably be salty.
no, that's funny. That's nice. That's a good picture, actually.
Yeah, was she smiling in the ocean?
Yeah, she has a nice smile.
Yeah.
I guess pre-film maybe you would say, I can't wait to get on Carrie Fisher's body. And let's see here. Chewie does death metal. There you go.
Yeah, that would make more sense, I think, actually.
Yeah, that's what it roar. B. Arthur. Thank you, Tammy. B. Arthur was
B.
what I was
Arthur.
trying to get out of my memory. Dak was the
But-
X-Wing pilot who famously said in The Empire Strikes Back, right now, I feel like I could take on the whole Empire myself. He was parodied in Family Guy. Oh, was he Luke's gunner or Wedge's gunner? He was probably one of those guys.
Wedge was still the guy that Luke was like best buddies with.
Yeah, no, but in Empire Strikes Back, this is the snowspeeder scene he's talking about.
Oh,
So Luke had somebody behind him shooting the grappling hook, and Wedge was in another snowspeeder. He also had a. Oh no, but Wedge had Jansen, because I always remember this line. Good shot, Jansen. Like that's what Wedge says, because
Dak looks like-
he gets it in the walkers.
According to this, Dak looks to be, at least in the images, it looks like he is in one of the snow speeders.
He must
but
be Luke's
as a
gunner,
pilot.
Yeah, he's Luke's gunner. Okay, thanks, Carrie.
Okay.
Carrie's memory is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, Jalou has an astromite droid Cooper of Star Wars Rebels. Allegedly has one of the highest kill counts. One could argue R2-D2, given his role in taking down that Trade Federation ship and the Death Star. Well, I don't know if you can put that on R2, really. That doesn't seem fair. Oh, you're right. Kevin Conroy has sung as Batman in the Justice League Unlimited series. You remember that episode, right?
I do, to save
You liked it.
Diana from being a pig.
Yeah, that's a super funny episode. You're right. So there we go. Look at all these Mark Hamill and Batman both sing. And Kevin Conroy. All right, cool. Let's see. All right, so there we go. That was a lot of good. Chopper? Who? Get to the chopper?
I don't know. It's asterisk chopper, so it's
maybe he's
like
talking about Dak, because first he said gunner and then chopper. I don't know.
I don't know.
All right. I think he's talking about Dak.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Good. That was a lot of good Star Wars chatting there, folks. You keep putting him there, by the way. Feel free. Any other so many characters. Oh, Chopper, not Cooper, to the astromech. Thank you, Josh.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
appreciate that. Astromech for Star Wars Rebels. Thank you very much. Now, and Carrie as well. Now we totally understand what's happening. I've only seen the pilot of Rebels, so I don't know too much about it. Alicia, I just remembered I had a dream about Grand Admiral Thrawn in Star Wars Rebels
I
sometime
mean,
recently.
why wouldn't you?
You're right. Why wouldn't I? Have
I mean,
a
that's the
dream
real
about Thrawn.
question. Yeah. It's just why not more dreams about Thrawn?
Oh, all right, Laura. So are we going to talk about Star Trek? You know what? Let's do that before we get into our.
All right.
I know this is supposed. We are going to talk about films, but you know I could talk about this because last night I watched the pilot of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds.
Oh, it
Have you
came
seen
out.
it yet? Have you seen it?
I haven't
Came
seen.
out.
Well, I don't have
yesterday.
Paramount Plus. Yeah, so.
It came out on May 5th. Interesting. The day after May the 4th.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo. It was like,
So let's do Strange New Worlds. Hey, by the way, so actually there are two great reasons now to check out Paramount Plus. I know you got plenty to watch already, but Halo and now Strange New Worlds. If you've watched Super Geeked Out, folks, you know I'm a huge fan of past Star Treks, like original 80s, 90s. I'm not a fan of current Star Trek. Movies I enjoy to a certain extent, the new movies, but Discovery, Picard, the other day I tried to get back into watching season 2. I was in the midpoint and I'm like, why am I watching this? This is not very good, and I stopped. But Strange New Worlds, holy shit. Finally, there's a show that feels like I'm watching Star Trek again.
Well, I read somewhere that they're not going to do what they are doing with Picard and Discovery, which is this like it's going to be episodic, story driven, kind of like like a morality thing every episode. So it's going to be like classic Trek more than it's going to be like new Trek.
That's what JC Mastro was telling me last night, actually, because he had seen it before me. He says, yeah, it's supposed to be more episodic, but then I guess still what happens to the characters is going to carry through, like, in terms of their, like, things they're dealing with, I guess, as well. I think that's cool. I mean, because we haven't seen that in a while. So Laura, I'm so glad you said this. She says, yeah, because Melanie Scrofano is in it. Melanie Scrofano is the most known as being Winona Earp in the show Winona Earp. She's awesome. I got to do the panel with her at DragonCon. She's super amazing. And so I'm so glad you said that, Laura, because in the first scene of this with Pike, there's there's a woman in his house. She's a captain. And I was like, holy fuck, I think that's Melanie Scrofano. And then I went into IMDb on both Stranger Worlds page and her page, and she's not listed at all. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm wrong. I guess it just looks like her. Thank God, Laura, that you confirmed that is her, because I was almost positive it was.
Yeah, it says here, Melanie Scrofano, Captain Battelle.
That's on IMDb?
IMDb, yep.
On the Stranger Worlds page?
Yes.
Fuck, maybe because I was on the app and it hadn't been updated or something yet. I don't know. Instead of the computer, I don't know. It was so weird. I couldn't find her. All right, good.
Yeah.
She's in only a little bit of it, folks, before you get too excited, but maybe she'll come back later. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, like, holy shit. And I haven't seen Pike in Discovery. I know he's in it, Anson Mount, but he's like amazing. Like, this is what a captain should be on Star Trek. Like, I love him. Like, it felt like what Trek is supposed to be like, right? And the characters you like, and like, it's about first contact with the world and stuff. And it's like, yes, like, why couldn't you do this show as your new show instead of Discovery a few years ago?
I still think my only issue is that this is Enterprise 2.0, right? Like, it's not, because it's still before OG Star Trek, right? It's still before that, and it's still Discovery. Like, I wish they would go and do the Discovery after the fact, which I think Picard season 3 is going to end up doing. I've heard some interesting theories about Picard season 3 might be because of the introduction of the original cast coming back again. So I don't know. I haven't seen season 2. I've only watched reviews of it, and it makes me laugh. All the reviews of Picard season 2 make me laugh because of how much these particular Star Trek fans just absolutely hate it. Now,
Oh, really?
mind
Do
you,
they? Not everybody.
yeah.
Some people are.
Oh no, no, look, this isn't me trying to hate on it. I mean, I know people love it. I'm not trying to say that it's a bad show or anything because I haven't seen it, but I do find it humorous to me how these fans of Star Trek are like. Their one complaint is like, I don't think anyone who wrote for Picard has seen Star Trek before. Like all of them are just like, I don't think they've seen a single episode of Star Trek Next Generation. Like they got some notes on who these people are, but none of them have watched any of the episodes. I'm like, okay, that's really funny. But again, if you like it, awesome. I mean, it's a different type of show. But so maybe for 3, the theory is it's like, oh, they're gonna be on the Enterprise again, like
Yeah.
or a ship similar to the Enterprise again. It's like, oh, that'd be fun to do kind of what they're doing with Strange New Worlds with Picard season 3 and find and see Strange New Worlds and seek out new life and new civilizations and boldly go where no one has gone before. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm. I know. See, there's a lot of chat going on. I'm going to get to these folks.
Yeah.
By the way, so first, one thing they do in the intro to the show is they have Pike answer out in the opening credits. He says that opening spiel. That
I've watched it. I've watched the intro.
And I was
the intro's
just hearing that. I was like, oh, that's so good, man. Like this just felt like now we're back to Star Trek, right?
Yeah, and the theme is a play off of the original theme, which is great too. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you. I always wanted them to go forward, like Next Gen did with the original.
Yeah.
And what Discovery kind of is doing now, it was way forward in the 31st century because they realized they were fucking things up, I guess. And the beginning of season 2 of Picard actually does feels like that, like the first episode. It does not spoil anything. But it feels like, oh, they're going to venture. They're exploring this weird thing. They're on a ship all together. And it's not like, oh, this is what I would like to see. And then they go in the past. And I'm like, oh, I don't get to see any of that. Okay, great. And now I'm not as interested. But, like, yeah, I wish they did that. And maybe they will in season 3. Who knows? Like you said.
All I want is some, if, you know, I know that the season 2 of Picard is over. And they haven't reviewed the last episode. But I hope at the last episode somebody mentions, like, you know, nuclear vessels or something, because let's just keep referencing when they go back to the past and talk about that stuff.
Or someone goes, oh, computer.
You know what's funny though is these reviewers of the show were pointing out, hey, they're in the year that Cisco went back. They're in the same year when Cisco went back to be that one dude. That's
what Craig keeps saying. Our friend Craig Poole, who comes on our show, he's a great Patreon. Yeah. He keeps saying he thought this was the year that they go back to the Bell riots.
Yeah, and apparently it is. That's the year. Yeah.
So I wonder if they're. I haven't seen enough. You can tell us in the chat if you've seen, not so much, but I wonder if they work in the Bell riots at all.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. Oh, you know what'd be really awesome? Well, you can't have Avery Brooks because he's too old now. But if you just saw someone who was supposed to be Gabriel Bell, who's the guy he like impersonates in Deep Space Nine, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
So the reason, just briefly, Stranger Worlds though, even though I usually say no prequels, I guess it's just because I like Pike is so one episode's so amazing to me. Like I want to follow him. The guy who plays Spock I didn't think that was going to work either, but he's fucking amazing too. Like he nails Spock. Yeah. And there's other characters I really like. Just, I guess like, we never really got to see a lot about Pike, of course, from the original.
We had the one episode.
The pilot, and then they worked it into a later on. Yeah. So I'm actually excited to learn more about him and follow this crew. And it's cool that's the original Enterprise. And because with Archer, I love Scott Bakula, but Archer I could never this guy really isn't doing it for me. And with Discovery, as soon as she immediately was going against Michelle Yeoh, like, oh, you're not captain anymore because I don't like what you're doing. I was like, forget it. I'm going with this character. Like you're mutinying over a little tiny thing. So that was my problem, I guess. And this time I'm like 100% invested in Pike. Like I can get behind him, and I couldn't get behind him in these other prequels.
Well, I think, and I think, I don't know, Anson, he did a bunch. He's done stuff that where so I mean, I'm not surprised. So I can see, I think he's just an affable kind of actor. I'm trying to remember what other stuff he's been in, other than the Inhumans, which didn't do anything.
Oh shit, he was like the main guy in that, wasn't he?
He was Black Bolt in
I remember who he
Inhumans.
is now. Oh,
Yeah.
that was terrible. That was, well, too bad he was in that because that.
Yeah.
I saw the pilot too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, so I'm going to catch up on the chat now. Thanks
All
guys,
right.
for your patience here. Josh, by the way, says Rebels is okay. The Clone Wars animated series is shamazing. Is that like Shazam and Amazing put together? I like
Yes.
it though. Let's see. Chaz says I can hear Kevin Conroy's Darth Vader singing "Oh Lukey boy." Oh, Danny boy.
Oh, Lukey
Lukey
boy,
boy.
the force is calling.
Thank you. There you go. That's good. The ultimate Trek fan film, Galaxy Quest.
Oh yeah.
Love Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
We're huge fans of that. Absolutely, Josh. Great ball. No. Oh, okay. I think she's seen it a lot of times. She must have watched it again. Yeah. JC told me this yesterday. He says the finale of Picard is amazing. I'm not gonna make it there, man. I don't think so. Maybe I'll just skip to the finale and watch something. I don't know. I'm having a hard time. Watch out about hating on Picard. Annika's in it. That's her daughter, and she'll be sad. So, Tammy, I have said, though, and I'll say it right now, 7 of 9, who is Annika, is the best part about Picard Season 2. Best part by far. So I'm liking her, not so much the overall story. I mean, it's all right. I don't know. I just can't fully get invested. Stranger Worlds is the 55-year pickup. Essentially picked up the show from the original TOS pilot. Interesting. Okay. I guess like taking that and going forward.
In other words, how Star Trek would have been if Pike was in charge instead of Kirk. Though I would love
Kirk is in this, by the way. A young Kirk is a lieutenant on the ship.
I don't like that.
And it's so weird. He has a mustache. It's so weird.
Oh, I don't like that even.
I don't know why does he have a mustache?
Here's the thing: if you're going to put a character or someone to play Kirk in, I don't know if this is the original universe, not the what's it called the
Kelvin.
The Kelvin universe.
This is supposed to be, I believe, the original universe.
Okay, if this is original, you got to do the inflection. You got to do the stuttered talking. You have to.
Well, but you know they're not going to do that.
I know, but they should.
It's something he developed when he became captain. How about that? He was like, my orders will be followed better when I talk like this. Don't you agree, Mr. Spock? I'll be honest with you. I'm a little concerned about that. I wish they did not have, even though I think that is to the story of Pike. I think Kirk he knew him and he was part of his ship. I wish he was not on board really, and we didn't really see Kirk.
I mean, that's kind of what happens in the Kelvin universe, right? Pike gets injured and Kirk has to take over as captain.
Yeah, because they're playing off of the original universe,
right?
Too.
But see, if they're playing on the original, at some point, Pike has to get hurt or killed in order for Kirk to take over.
Again, this doesn't really, I think, spoil anything. Pike talks about
retiring,
having a vision. Maybe this is from Discovery. I may not know because I haven't watched season 2 of Discovery where we see Pike. Mm-hmm. A vision of the future where he sees his own death. And we see him in that, like from the original pilot. So they're hinting at that. He says it's supposed to be like 10 years down the road or so. So there's plenty of time. But he says he now one other character says something like in the previews. Well, that not necessarily. Maybe things will change. We don't. That's something fate. Maybe
Right.
But they're hinting at like he's going to die the way we know happens to him in the original series pilot.
So we're leading up to the cage, essentially. Like that's what.
Yes, again, but who knows? So maybe things will change and they'll go a different direction, right? Mm-hmm. Or maybe Picard will jump into his timeline and like, haha, let me mess this up too and change this.
Yeah.
Picard, by the way, they talk about, he references Kirk. Somebody pointed this out and they're right all the time in season 2. Kirk's Enterprise did this. Kirk did this. Kirk did that. Like,
yeah,
you're obsessed with Kirk now, Picard. You never used to be.
I wish I could remember the really obscure character that he mentions in Picard. Like, because again, I'm watching the review. They're like, and they mentioned this one really obscure robot that's in the original series called like not Johnny Five, but it's something like that. It's like
HK-47.
something like that.
Back
Like
to Star Wars. I'm back to Star Wars now with that.
It's like a name and a number, right? And it's like, oh man. But anyway.
So Scorpio says you couldn't waterboard me into watching any more Picard.
Yeah, I mean, it's, again, I feel like TV and movies are becoming more and more split in fandoms. Like it's more and more stuff isn't meant for general audiences. More and more stuff is made for like a specific audience. Like you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it type of audience. It's like, oh man, it kind of sucks, but yeah.
All right, sorry guys, I'm trying to catch up on this. Let me get through this.
All right,
Jalou always thought they missed out on the stories of the rebuilding of Cardassia after the Dominion War. This is Deep Space Nine stuff. The novels went through some of that. He says that's it called beta canon. Let's see here. Scorpio says, I guess I've become a pretty bitter Trekker. I get you, man. Like, I haven't been digging it either, but this new one looks okay. I guess as long as it's not overly nostalgia bait. I mean, I guess I would say give it a try. And again, even though I've been hating these other ones, I gave it a try because I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if it's different. And and I really dug it. I thought they hit all the... I mean, I still say they have a problem with using our current lingo in the 24th century, or 23rd century in this case, excuse me. But whatever. Like Pike, instead of saying engage or take us out or something, whenever they go to war, Pike says hit it.
Yeah, because
which somehow Anson Mount makes work. I actually am, but it doesn't really make sense for the century. But
the Kelvin Pike says it too.
Does he?
He
says hit it.
Yeah, or punch it. I think he says punch it.
Punch it. All right, I can see that. So he says hit it. But Anson Mount's really good, man. He makes it work. Let's see here.
Does he do like a slapping noise like this thing when he says hit it? Like
yeah, he's like number one, come over here. Yeah. And she's like, Captain, that's inappropriate. Let's go back to your quarters. And not do this in front of Mr. Spock.
Oh, are they
Mr. Spock was like, "Oh, I would like to watch these human mating rituals."
Are they insinuating that Pike and number one have a relationship?
No, I'm making all this up.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
Rebecca Romaine plays number one.
Okay.
And Spock, by the way, they are doing things with Spock romance with a Vulcan lady on this. I don't want to give too much away. That's very early on. I like that though.
I mean, but they really want to humanize Spock. Like everyone.
Well, he is half human. He's half human.
Yeah, but in OG Trek, he wasn't into any of that. He just did his thing.
You see him express his humanity in certain points in OG Trek.
Yeah, but I like that.
He was married to a Vulcan woman, or was engaged, and that's what they're using, a Vulcan woman here. It's actually
was he?
It's the whole Ponfar thing, where I think she wants. I don't know if they want to be together. I can't remember. Tell me in the chat. But there's a Vulcan woman in this one early on, and they have a very funny romantic dinner. Because it's how Vulcans are having a romantic dinner. It's actually really well written, I think, and well acted. By the way, dude, the punk on the bus from Voyage Home is in Picard again. Yeah. Apparently, they've used this guy twice now. That's awesome. I'm going to scroll.
And in Spider-Man, yeah.
Number one seems to embody the one from the pilot. Okay, okay.
The Majel Barrett one, yeah.
Another character that deserves a show is Spock.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in very much ways, this is a show of Pike and Spock. I mean, Spock's a huge character in this. I could see him also maybe getting his own one. Let's see here. I totally want to hang and drink beer with Anson. Hell yeah, man. I'll tell you in private what happens if you swear off watching it. Okay, thanks, John. If I decide for sure I'm not going to watch Picard, you can tell me. Young Kirk, there's no need to feel down.
Oh, maybe that's in the pilot?
Quote. He's only very briefly at the end of the pilot. That's Samuel Kirk, James T's dad. Oh, shit. Oh, I guess I was just... Oh, so on the show, that's Samuel Kirk? Sorry, I didn't realize that. I guess I heard Kirk.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Isn't he young, though?
Yeah, this isn't making sense to me. Because the Kirk I saw on the show was lieutenant and a fairly young-looking guy.
That means that, James is a baby, which means that,
So it's going to be 20 years?
But Spock...
I don't know.
That doesn't make sense. Even I know Spock Vulcans
age
slowly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, you just blew my mind, John, with that. Hello, Greg. No problem that you're late. All nerds are welcome here, and geeks. We're talking about Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, the new pilot that just came out yesterday on Paramount Plus. We are going to eventually talk about films, which were supposed to be in this show, but we're making it for Wednesday, so it's fine. Time travel almost always ruining the sci-fi. It can, Josh. I agree. I do love time travel. Actually, I love time travel. There's some really great time travel, like Back to the Future, of course. France and I both love that. And Star Trek has done some great time travel. And Next Generation has actually done some really great time travel stories. But it can also mess things up sometimes. Greg, yes, there's a decent chance of that, but you never know until you watch it yourself. Kirk was not aboard the Enterprise. He never met Spock. Ship's log, Kirk talks about not being. Okay, so I guess it is his father. Thanks, Tammy. Thank you guys for correcting me on that. There is Greg. It's about Captain Pike and Spock, and basically like the very original series pilot before Kirk. This is what this show is, and it's really good. Pike should say punch it because you punch in the numbers. All right. There you go. Nothing will surpass the ridiculousness of the Star Trek film where they overwhelm comms drones by playing Beastie Boys Sabotage. What?
Well, because they played Sabotage
Is that in Star Trek 2?
No. Well, no. In Star Trek, the JJ Star Trek.
Oh, the JJ Con, the second film.
Yeah.
Oh no, God,
and
dude,
it wasn't. Okay, so it's not Khan's drones; it's another character's drones. In the third movie, in Star Trek Beyond, they use sabotage as a way to destroy a bunch of drones as they fly to
and Beyond.
To a space station. Now, I thought it was awesome.
Well, the Beastie Boys
I actually
awesome.
like that scene a lot. Yeah, but yeah, I guess his name is Sam Kirk is his name. Sam Kirk is
so it's Kirk's father, huh?
Yeah, it's changed to Sam Kirk.
Where's Chris Hemsworth? He's the Kelvin, Sam Kirk.
Yeah, though that'd be kind of amazing if they just if like for some weird reason, but that would totally just overshadow.
I'm totally the whole age thing is not working for me right now, really though, with how that's happening. But all right, Chaz agrees. The Starfleet captain wouldn't say punch it. Yeah, so T'Pring is Spock's romantic interest in this one. It was linked to him when they were children. Yeah. I like her a lot. And I think I saw the actress is in a bunch of episodes. I think we're going to see more of her, which is great. The new security officer on Strange New Worlds has the last name Noonien Singh. That's great. You're right, Jay John. So like
Noonien Sung, really.
But well, Noonien Soon is Data's.
Yeah.
But so Singh was Khan, right? Khan's,
yeah. Oh, you're right.
Or is this right? Sorry, guys, you gotta help us out here. I'm getting everything mixed up. So is this maybe a relation something to Khan? I like her a lot, by the way, that character as well. This is the thing. For Star Trek, I need characters I can really like get behind and like for me to work.
Right.
Pike Spock was more emotional in the original pilot.
That's Khan. That's freaking Khan. Khan Noonien Singh is his name.
Shit. Fuck. Hang on. I'm trying to. Oh my God. This is before. Hang on. Damn it. Well, this is before they meet Khan, but Khan was out in space, frozen from the eugenics wars. They were what the fuck? The eugenic soldiers, whatever you want to call them, right?
Yeah, but the eugenics wars may not have happened yet.
No, because Pike actually references it in this episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it has. So fuck, is she like one of the what the hell do you call it? Like what Bashir was like the height, the
genetically altered,
genetically enhanced
people.
Oh, see, this is really interesting now, man. I want to find this out. That's okay, Laura. Hey, listen, Laura. I'm sure Star Trek would have got brought up at some point, right? It always does on our show, right? Somehow. Let's see here. Oh, Greg sent me a GIF of the worst Spock. Okay, Greg, okay. It's one from the movie. This Sam Kirk is probably Jim's brother, George Samuel Kirk Jr.
That'd be.
Oh my God, he has a brother too.
He has a brother in the Abrams universe too, I think.
Okay, if that's true, that would make sense age-wise. If he's Jim Kirk's brother, I could believe that for sure. Thank you, Chaz. I also actually Beyond is my favorite of that 3 Star Trek movies, Scorpio. So I'm with you there. Let's see here. Picard is good. Khan and 7 of 9, please. All right. So yes, Laura. You know what? I know plenty of people are liking Picard. I'm not saying it's terrible. It's okay. I'm having trouble like sticking with it. That's all. But I'm glad you're liking it. Okay, in the original series, T'Pring doesn't choose Picard. She chooses Stan, the big muscular He-Man, He-Vulcan. Okay. Poor Spock. Oh, it's so fun to blow Jeff's mind. All right, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's pretty easy, actually. The genetic modified super soldiers of the late 20th and early 21st century were in cryogenic stasis. They shouldn't be there.
Well, it's not going to be Khan himself. I think it's going to be just a relation to.
Well, that's true, right? So maybe she's related, but she doesn't need to be a super soldier herself.
No. Yeah, I mean,
so like maybe she's related to him. That's also interesting.
Yeah.
So this could still work for the canon,
right?
If Beastie Boys established as exists as classical, then intergalactic presumably also exists, and then your knees will start shaking and your fingers pop like a pinch in the neck for Mr. Spock.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God, you're right.
Wait, is Intergalactic a band?
No, Intergalactic is the name of the Beastie Boys song.
Oh, is this a lyric from the song?
That's a lyric from the actual Intergalactic song. You're right. You're right, Josh.
I can't believe because I like the Beastie Boys, but I don't know this song.
Yeah, so if you ever listen, I think Intergalactic is probably one of their better.
That's a good lyric. Those are good lyrics.
Like a pinch in the neck from
funny.
Mr. Spock. But you know what? Mr. Spock has been a name used like in the 50s and stuff there's like a doctor named like Mr. Spock, I think, or Dr. Spock. So it's a weirdly like a name that pre-existed Star Trek. So maybe they can just pretend it's that.
Right. Chad says the eugenics wars took place from 93 to 96, I guess, in Star Trek canon.
Oh man, we missed it.
Well, I was in like high school to college. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, but we were so unaware that there was a eugenics war.
Yeah, who knew?
Oh, man.
I guess my previous post, Josh says, could be easily explained by time travel. Darn you, time travel.
Yeah.
I know, it always messes up everything, right?
Yeah.
So, Tammy, soon is the data creator, right?
Yeah, because I just looked at Khan and Singh. So Khan Noonien Singh is the name of Khan, apparently.
But isn't it Noonien Soon as well?
Well, Soong is Soong.
Is his first name Noonien?
Hold on, let me see.
If that's true, why is Noonien such a popular name?
It's like John.
In the future.
So they are both named after. So I guess. Oh, so his name is Noonien Soong is Soong, but is Noonien.
Yeah, so that's so weird that they, but it's so weird that they would pick 2 prominent characters. Give them the same name, That's
so
weird.
Dr. Noonien Soong and Khan Noonien Singh are the 2 characters.
Oh, so like Noonien's kind of like his middle name, I guess, or something.
Yeah, it's like his middle name. While Noonien is John. Noonien is like John in the 23rd century.
John in the 23rd century and beyond.
Everyone is Noonien.
Maybe Spock will name him if he has a kid with the name Noonien with his wife. Sorry, I know. Oh, how can you keep all the Noonien straight, Tammy? It's impossible. It's so what a strange thing to do. I don't know. It's just a strange choice, I feel.
After Noonien,
yeah. You're right, Greg. In Star Trek Enterprise, augments is what they called those people, the genetically.
Oh yeah,
augments. And there was a different Soon. There was a Noonien Soon's ancestor was responsible for them. Also played by Brent Spiner. Brent Spiner's also playing someone else in Picard season 2. I just haven't gotten to him yet. I don't know. I'm assuming he's playing another Soon or something.
I think he is actually.
He plays a Soon in every timeline generation.
He can't play anyone else. He can either play that or the hillbilly guy from Night Court. That's the only 2 things he can play. That's it.
Right. Oh, so Soon and Picard is totally into eugenics. All right, so yes, he does play it.
We're not there yet, John. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
All right.
Noonien Soon versus Noonie N Sing Con.
It's Ian A. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, thank you, Chaz. Okay, well that makes it totally. Of course, you can keep them apart then, right? Because Noonie N, Noonie Un, or however you say the difference. Noonie On.
It's all about what's afternoon. That's all it's all about.
Let's see. Oh, is this Strange New Worlds ratings? 100% and 90% audience on Rotten Tomatoes. Ooh, that's impressive.
Cool.
Yeah, Tammy. In season, I want to say 5 or 6 of Deep Space Nine, they revealed that the Doctor was actually augmented, and he kept it a secret. Oh, this is good. Let's do Josh. Why are there so many Noonians, you ask? I say it's Noonian your business.
Oh.
That's great, Josh. That's my favorite of the day. That's great fun.
Okay, let's see.
What are you looking up now, Picard? Noonian?
I'm just looking up there. I'm just looking up the scores.
Oh, you're like, I want to look at all the bads. It might be okay. The critics might like it.
Critics love it. 88% on critics, 40% on the average audience score.
Ooh, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you like it, then you go with the critics. If you don't, you can go with the audience.
Yeah.
Or just make up your own mind. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, there's plenty of shows I love. If people hate, I don't care. I'm still gonna love them. Yeah. What is that? I don't know what you're doing.
100%. Wow, 100% for Strange New Worlds and 89%.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. 100%.
Yeah. Well.
He saw my Pepsi. He loves saying this.
Diabetes. Diabetes. Wilford Brimley, yeah.
Oh yes, this is the hashtag I came up with. Well, and JC said it should be hashtag when we were at Comic Fest. Why not Will? In other words, why not Will Wheaton in season 3 of Picard? Because everybody else is going to be in it. Oh my God, the Master of the Skies movie with Dana Carvey, Brent Spiner. I think, yeah, he is in that. He's the villain, I think. Actually, that movie's so bad, but it's also like it's so
turtle.
It's kind of good. Turtle. Yeah. Bring back Crystal Pepsi. What was that?
They did. They brought back Crystal Pepsi for like a minute, and then for like the anniversary of Back to the Future or something like that, and then they got rid of it again. I tried it. It was fine.
What is it, like a Crystal Light or something? What is it?
No, Crystal Pepsi is just Pepsi without the color.
Oh, it's just like a clear Pepsi?
Yeah, it's just clear Pepsi.
It tastes the same?
No, it tastes a little different, but it tastes, I think it tastes pretty close to Pepsi.
Jalou, about Dr. Bashir, yeah. So he was up, I believe, for this big medical award or honor, and I think that they had to take his name off the list here. I had to withdraw from that. All right, I guess we'll finally get to one of our films here. That was a lot of good Star Wars, Star Trek talk, though.
Yeah, well, you got to get the Star Trek in.
Oh yeah, I mean, my two favorite things, Star Trek and Star Wars. So I love it. All right, so it says this is the Freff Friday Funtime Film Fiesta.
Yes.
The name came up by Francis, which is fantastic, but hard to remember the order though.
Yeah. I don't make it easy.
You like this though, right? Should have brought back Tab. You would have liked that, don't you? Didn't you like
Tab still exists. Tab still.
Oh,
I've had
Tab.
Tab.
Get out by you, can't you?
Yeah, I've had Tab.
I can't get it by me.
Last few years, but Tab still exists here. Yeah.
All right, next time in Southern California, I should have got it at Comic Fest. Should have got Tab.
Or a
Jolt. They
Jolt.
didn't have it at the fest, but.
Or a Surge. If you remember Surge.
Was Surge an energy drink or just soda?
It was like the precursor to energy drinks.
Oh, Jolt! Remember Jolt?
Yeah, Jolt. Yeah. You got to get Jolt. You got to get some Jolt
that was
in
like
you.
Super caffeinated, right?
Yeah. It's weird because they're all technically super caffeinated, but I guess Jolt was like.
I thought the advertisement was, or the idea was that was more so or something, or maybe just
it can kill you is I think their slogan.
Oh, Greg, Surge. Oh, Tab and Back to the Future. Yes, the funny line. Just give me a tab. I can't open a tab, buddy.
You haven't bought anything
yet. The Rock has this new drink that's really energizing. Oh, does he? What's it called?
Steroids.
Come on. Jeez. I like The Rock.
Oh, I'm just saying,
I don't know. Dude, that's all natural, I think. He's a smart guy.
I don't know.
People can actually get that big, on their own.
Okay.
You're like, no, I refuse to believe anyone can get that muscular without steroids.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called working out. All right, Francis is not. I don't know. Believe me.
I'm not
Says,
buying it.
Nash with the Skies gives him nightmares. One of the worst movies he suffered through, but he loves Dana Carvey.
Not Oh God. Oh man. What was was it Animal? Was it the one where Oh my God, the guy that's all he was You Can Do It, that guy.
Wait, you mean Rob Schneider from the
Rob
Waterboy?
Schneider. Isn't he
You
like
can do it.
isn't he in a movie where he like has the powers of different animals and it's like a weird
Yes.
comedy?
He's in some stupid animal movie. I haven't
Yeah,
seen it,
isn't
yes.
that's gotta be worse than Master of the Skies.
Oh, there's definitely movies worse. Yes.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. It's really bad. He thinks Zoa is the name of the Rock's energy drink.
No. Oh yeah, I know Zoa. Yeah. I've seen
Joe
that.
Scorpio says Joe was my jam in high school. Had one of my lunch like every day. Some kids need a boost. Probably not the healthiest thing for a kid every day, but hey, you turned out great, Scorpio, so it's all good. Joel Sammy says the cola is the best thing after running through the woods in Georgia. If you didn't puke, you were a real soldier. That's what they made you do in the boot camp, Tammy. They fed you Jolt. They made you run through the woods.
Yeah, you still get it.
Look at all these fans of Jolt. Chaz loved Jolt. If I need to stay up all night to do some costuming, I mix Jolt and chocolate milk. Delicious to keep me up all night. Wow, you know I love milk, Chaz. I've never mixed milk and soda though. That seems like not a good mix. Interesting though.
Yeah,
All right,
look.
I'll trust you.
Oh man, there's one 13 miles away from me. I can get a Jolt.
Wait, you can just search in where can I get a Jolt or something?
Find Jolt at a Dollar Central near you.
Wow. Look at all the soda you guys have out there.
Elonia
Choice
does.
to caffeine.
Oh yeah. Well, look, I thought apparently Mountain Dew does not have more caffeine than other sodas. Apparently, it's the same amount of caffeine, which makes me sad. I thought it had more.
Greg says, look up The Rock in high school. He was always big. Thank you, Greg. Greg is supporting
He wasn't that big in high school. The one where he's wearing the chains and stuff. He has the black.
But he's saying he is naturally a big guy, so he can get even bigger. Oh boy, this is Francis. I think we need to get some, I don't know, fitness trainers to talk to you about like what bodies can do. Though I do enjoy that you refuse to believe this is actually very entertaining. Let's get The Rock on the show and ask him. How about that?
Sure. I mean, why not?
I've seen some of Young Rock. It's pretty good. Yeah. By the way, what's Alonio Dusk? Laura's trying to get us to like talk about different things now because she introduced Star Trek.
Well, she did. She did. Oh, you know what, Elonia?
Is this a show?
Is that a play on Elon Musk? Because that's the thing that shows up when I type in Elonia Dusk. When I type in Elonia Dusk, Elon Musk is the thing that comes up.
So it must not know what it is.
It's like Elonia Dusk.
Laura, are you making things up?
So two things come up when I put up Elonia Dusk. A chest of drawers, a pink chest of drawers, and Elon Musk. Those are the two things.
Let's talk about drawers.
Yeah.
What kind of drawers do you like to wear?
No, it's the kind you pull.
I know. I'm just being weird. Dana Carvey and David Spade have a podcast together, Julie says. It makes sense they were on SNL during the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, it makes sense that they're comedians because every comedian has a podcast.
Scorpio, I would love to see The Rock play ridiculous rhyming of Universal Translator. Or, if he came on our show, play those games he means. I would love to, yeah, man, dude, I would love to see any of our games. That's a good call, Scorpio. Let's get him on. Elon is one lab accident away from becoming the first superpower. Then his superpower name is Alonio Dusk.
Elonia Dusk.
Elonia Dusk. That's who he changes into. All right. Okay, here. Let's talk about movie time. The Lost Ark. I'm just going to go right into it because we're never going to get to it otherwise.
What's the Lost Ark?
I don't know. It's the fucking game I play. I keep saying that. It's the MMO I told you about that I like. Remember that game from Korea? Mm-hmm. Lost Ark. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the Lost City. Lost City. That's what we're talking about. First movie on the docket.
All right.
It's Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's what we're talking about, folks. New movie that came out. What? His head even grew? Oh, all right. Okay. Okay. The Lost City. We're not going to get into spoilers quite yet. This is the Movie came out, what about a little over a month ago, I think, right? End of April, I think it came out, or end
Yeah.
of March, April,
And yeah, end of
April.
March. End
Yeah.
of March. Yeah.
Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum. Want to give them a little, like, just the gist of the movie if they haven't seen it?
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe is in it as well. Yeah, Sandra Bullock is a romance writer, and Channing Tatum is her cover model, and she writes about archaeology and stuff because that's what her no, her
That's
husband
what
used to do.
her and her husband who died did. They were
Yeah, who died
archaeologists.
used to do. Yeah,
So she writes steamy romance about an archaeologist woman.
and apparently she used a lot of facts and she used a lot of real research, so much so that a billionaire.
Alonia Dusk. Just kidding.
Billionaire son, ignored son, Alonia Dusk, played by Daniel Radcliffe. No, it's not Alonia Dusk, but he wants to find this treasure that happens to be in these books in the city of D. Or it's
D. It is D, right?
D. Yeah, D.
It's always
because
these cities are always just a letter. You ever notice that?
Well,
Z, D.
The reason why it was D is because they did all those stupid dick jokes to talk about it. Oh, you can only see the tip. Oh, it hasn't risen yet. Oh, it was all dick jokes. That's what the D was in this movie. It was all dick jokes. And if you don't remember them, do you?
Here's the problem is, unfortunately, we're doing the show too far after I've seen it. I remember some. Now that you say it, I remember some of the dick jokes. I don't remember crazy number of dick jokes.
There was like 4 or 5 dick jokes about.
All right, that's not all through the movie then.
But no. But I mean, that's why it's called the City of D, is to do those 4 or 5 dick jokes. Because it's like, well, I can't find the D.
I actually think there was a different. I won't say it because I think it's more near the end. A more reason that was actually profound to her. I think that they said later on. But they also, yes, I'm for comedic reasons. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
So anyway, she gets kidnapped by Daniel Radcliffe, and then Channing Tatum, the cover model, tries to rescue her. That's kind of the gist of the plot.
Yeah, with the help of a character they should not have shown in trailers, but they did in the first trailer. Like, hey, guess what?
So Brad Pitt's in it as well. You know what? I was agreeing with you, but he's actually in it more than I expected. So now I kind of know why they showed him. I thought he was just going to be a cameo. No, he's actually in it longer than I thought he was. I'm not saying a ton, but he's still in it.
Yeah. I mean, the first half kind of revolves around him being a hero.
So I kind of get why they showed him more now than I originally. Mm-hmm. So so basically this is like a adventure romance, I guess I would say, movie.
Yeah.
Okay. My only adventure comedy romance, rom-com, adventure rom-com.
Yeah, I don't see that. Here's my problem with, because I feel like there was a severe lack of romance in this movie for a romantic comedy. Like a severe lack of it. Like there was not a lot of, like, there was some fawning a little bit, but it was mostly kind of like a toned down Tomb Raider or a toned down Indiana Jones, really, more than anything else.
Yeah, and the tits weren't as big either. Sorry.
No, well, she was wearing her little purple jumpsuit.
I was kidding. I love Sandra Bullock. She's one of my all-time favorite actors. She's amazing. She's great. By the way, even though John here doesn't like Channing so lame, but actually sounds much better. I actually really like Channing Tatum. I think he's awesome. So I love both of these. I like Daniel Radcliffe. Like all 3 of these actors, I think are great casting choices. Yeah. I think Tatum has proven in 21 Jump Street that he can be super funny. Really funny.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. About the romance being, I think. Oh, by the way, overall, I like this movie. I thought it was pretty good. Mm-hmm. Not as good as I expected. I want to hit some positives before we go into the negatives. Yeah. I think there's some really funny stuff in this movie. Like I actually laughed out loud a few times during this movie. So that was great. So there's some really funny stuff. It's fun. I mean, any kind of art, like you said, Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones type story, I'm into pretty much. Yeah. Or Uncharted. Like I really like the Uncharted movie because of that kind of quest, adventure, treasure story. So that was solid. I like that. There was some fun adventure, some fun scenes there. I do agree with you though. The romance was kind of the issue, and I hate to say this because I love both these actors, like I said, but I found that Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum don't really have great chemistry.
Well, what I feel like,
or not in this movie at least, or they.
Here's my problem with this movie is when you're watching them act, Sandra Bullock feels kind of checked out a little bit. She doesn't,
You think
you know,
he's phoning
she's.
it in? Is that what you're saying?
I feel like it, yeah. And I feel like Channing Tatum did what he could with what was given to him. I think Brad Pitt was the one who was like all in. Like that dude was having so much fun in this movie. Like I could tell, you could just tell that Brad Pitt was like, "I'm gonna do this thing," and he does this thing, and it's super fun, and he's just doing it like whatever, you know. And so, I think Brad Pitt is really enjoying these films. Like, there's this movie he's in, Bullet Train, right? I haven't seen it, but in the trailers, he looks like he's having such a fun time in this Bullet Train movie. Like, he's just having a blast.
Oh shit, that's right. That's coming out soon, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to see it.
Oh yeah, I want to see it.
But yeah, so to me, yeah, so there's okay, whatever, but overall. And Daniel Radcliffe looked like he was having a lot of fun too. I thought Daniel Radcliffe was like, finally, I'm doing something different.
Oh, you always say this.
I know
he's done a million things different than Harry Potter.
Yeah, but nobody watched them. Nobody saw the Frankenstein movie. Nobody saw. Nobody saw those films. Who saw those films? I don't.
All
okay,
right. So yes, they are more like indie. Which is important stuff, though. I applaud him. I think that's great for an actor to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Guns Akimbo.
Remember, just because a lot of people see something doesn't mean it's good.
No, and just yeah, well, yeah, but
I actually think that's smart. Where actors do some big things, right, and they also do some more smaller things that they really want to do. So that's how you stay fresh, I think, as an actor and want to do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because this is his first major motion picture, really. And if you think about the other films that he's done outside of Harry Potter, like,
but he's also done TV. As well.
Has he really? Oh, okay.
He's been on the I always forget the name of it. The one where he plays a different character every season, like different history stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
Somebody in the chat tell me. Let me get some chat stuff here. But Daniel Radcliffe was good. I almost feel at times he was a little chewing the scenery a little too much. But overall, I think yes, it was
yeah, that's why I think he's having fun. Like I get to, here I am getting to do this nonsense. Yeah.
Tammy, yes, I lost an entire city. Tammy, can you help me find it? So Laura says she's seen it. Apparently, the Lost City. I keep wanting to say Ark. The Lost City. It's so bad. It's great. It's so silly. It's so good. And the cameo of Brad Pitt, funny as hell. All right, there you go. I like that review, Laura. Greg says it would have been better with Ryan Reynolds. Well, I mean, look, I love Ryan Reynolds,
especially since Ryan Reynolds and her did a movie already,
and
together.
They do have good chemistry.
Yeah, they did The Proposal. Was it
Proposal? That's a fun movie. It's a good rom. Yeah. But I think Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum, like on paper, that's a good pairing. Like, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like it should have worked a little bit better than it did, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not faulting the actors.
No. I mean, because they already have a contentious relationship, and it doesn't make sense to me. Like none of it. I think they shouldn't have put a romance in it between the two of them, or if they did, it should have been pre-established or something. Because
really, it's going to be though, right? In this movie, there's going to be a romance between them, right? You know that's going to happen.
Yeah, but there was no build up to it. I didn't feel like there was a reason for it either, other than he thought she was pretty and whatever. That was it.
I did feel though, from the beginning, they made it clear that he liked her. He had feelings. Yeah. Now you might say like why that is the case, but I do think it was clear that he was interested in her.
Yeah, but they also made
not
him,
so much necessarily.
Yeah, but they made him so dumb that it was kind of hard to tell sometimes, right? Like his character is this really dumb model, right? Even though they give him some, they give him some character later on as the film progresses, but it's just like, oh, here's this dumb model who happens to like this attractive writer, right? And it's like, okay, good, great, sure. But again, there's nothing that like, I don't know, there was just like this, I don't know, it was fine. Everything else worked. Everything else I thought kind of worked. Like, all of the adventure stuff, all of the evil villain stuff, that stuff to me, fine. That worked. It was just that one thing. If you just took that out and left everything else in, I'd be much more gung-ho about this movie.
All right. I pretty much agree with you. I think I didn't mind them. I like the romance a little bit better than you did, but I think most of the things also worked. Let me just get some chats here. Listermay says Lost City sounds like a far stretch remake of Romancing the Stone. And then Tammy says Raiders of the Lost Ark meets Romancing the Stone meets the Brady Bunch 2.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I see that.
And you could say, Raiders of the Lost City. There you go. Just combine them together.
Raiders of the Lost
City, Romancing the Stone. All right, yeah, John. If you, is it already? Is it already out?
Oh, by now, yeah, by now it's got to be.
They come out so soon now. Yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
All right, looking forward to Bullet Train. Jalou is My Mom Loved Daniel, the comedy Western series. Okay,
That might be what you're talking about, where he plays the different characters. I don't know.
it might be. Yeah, I can't. Laura says this is interesting. She doesn't think Lost City is a romance movie. I think they make fun of them. So I think she's saying maybe it's almost they're parodying romance things like this.
Yeah, there's a little bit of it. I can kind of, I guess if it was that way, I could totally see it. Yeah, I can, because it's everything's so oversimplified. Like everything in the romance department is like,
yes.
Okay, fine. Even though, well, I don't even feel like we have to spoil it, because I feel like we could say enough about it and then you could watch it for yourselves. Some other movies I think we have to spoil. So far. Yeah, I think that the other two movies we're going to be talking about, we kind of have to, just because there's so much to them. But this one's kind of an easygoing popcorn film that, just go into it, have fun, watch it. And I think it's a great kind of like rainy Sunday morning type of movie where it's like, well, I don't have anywhere to go. It's raining. I'm going to chill at home, watch a movie, a feel-good movie. And that's this. Because there's nothing about it that really, other than you see Channing Tatum's butt, there's nothing to kind of, for a while.
Yeah, for a while.
They like to just show you like, hey, here's his butt. I'm like, okay.
They're like, if we got Channing Tatum, we're going to make use of his butt.
So, but yeah, I think very chill kind of film. So,
I agree. So, let's do ratings. We do out of 4, right?
What was the item they were looking for? We can do it out of that. Whatever that red mist thing they're looking for.
Fuck, I don't know.
Oh well. Anyway, okay. How many
cities or something?
How many cities? Yeah. How many D's?
Jokes?
How many D's do we give it? Out of 4? Yeah, I give it a 2.5 D out of 4.
All right. I think I'll give it 3 Ds.
All right.
3 Ds out of 4. But that does not quite get. By the way, folks, we came up with a thing after the last show. You might have heard of certified fresh. If something gets 3 stars or more from both of us, we call it certified Freff.
Freff.
So this is not certified Freff, though.
No.
All right. We'll see what the other two are. Time to start painting missionaries.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, are you painting people in the missionary position, Greg? I hope you do that with your miniatures. You have them fuck each other.
I mean, you can, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. How big of a D? As big as you want, Greg.
As big as a city, apparently. That's how big the D is.
All right. Why don't we go on to the movie that came most recently that we've seen, which is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, the Nicolas Cage movie where he's playing a version of himself. He's playing parodying himself, basically. No, Greg, what are you kidding me, man? Miniatures are cool. Nobody on this show would say that, Greg, to you. We love it. Okay, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Again, we'll tell you when we get into spoilers, folks. So, just right off the bat, I'm going to say I fucking love this movie. I cannot tell you how much. After I saw it, actually, I don't think Sam's in there anymore, but I saw it with Sam, who was in the chat earlier. I said, this is probably going to be my favorite movie of the year. Now, I'll have to see other ones, but that's how much I love this movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right. Oh, yes, Tammy, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Right.
And go watch both these other movies we're going to talk about, at least in my opinion. I think Francis. What overall, what did you think about Massive Talent?
It was good. I liked it a lot. It was not what I was expecting because the trailers kind of make you think it's going to be something else, and it becomes something else. Especially the initial trailers. The initial trailers make you think it's going to be one thing, and then the later trailers kind of give you more of what the overall story is going to be, and then it's interesting. Like, it's really interesting. It's a fascinating look at, I think it's a smart film. But yeah, I liked it overall. I really liked it overall. Did I think it was better than the final film that we're going to talk about? We'll see.
Okay. Oh, what a tease. Greg was trying to do a baseball quote. Sorry, Greg.
Yeah. Because it goes, well, because was it?
Dark Helmet?
Colonel Sanders says, "I didn't see you play with your doll, sir." So yeah,
Okay.
because he's playing with his dolls. Darth
Dark
Vader plays
helmet,
with his
right?
dolls. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. I remember that scene now. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. I saw you post on Facebook actually about it wasn't what you expected. From the other
No.
trailers, like you said, the later trailers, I did feel like I was getting what I expected. I thought that the
Mhm.
other trailers didn't make it clear enough that, at least for me, like I was cool.
Yeah. Well, there's one aspect that I didn't expect at all, and because they don't show that at all in the trailers, so I'm not going to
Well,
say
I'm
it.
okay though. I'd rather not see much in the trailer, to be honest with you.
No, but that's why I was like, oh, it's okay. I see it. Just kind of like, everything everywhere kind of fools you sort of into what the real story is.
That was actually
This
that one
one
was not what I was expecting.
this one kind of fools you a little bit also, so yeah.
All right, here we'll just give you a brief overall plot gist. Again, we won't spoil this. Nicolas Cage again he's playing himself.
Yes.
So he's kind of like, oh, he's trying to get film roles. He's kind of like, oh, people don't want to cast him as much. Neil Patrick Harris plays his agent, which is fun. And at first I thought he was playing himself as well, actually. And then
I thought so too, because
playing his agent.
Yeah.
So he gets his offer from this like billionaire who's played by Pedro Pascal
Yes.
to come to his birthday party. He's going to pay Nicolas Cage to do it.
Javi.
Javi, yes. I am Javi. That line. Nick Cage doesn't want to do it, obviously, but he's like, oh, no, I didn't get the role I wanted, so he goes along to get some money because I think he's kind of broke or something, right? The idea is. So he goes there and he meets Javi. He's having some fun, but then the CIA kind of takes him aside and tells him, oh, this guy's a bad dude, your new friend Javi. What is it, like gun smuggling or something or some shit? I don't remember.
Yeah, everything. He's a gangster.
He's doing a lot of bad shit. They're in Spain, by the way. That's where Javi is. And so they're trying to recruit Nicolas Cage to get the dirt on Javi and like help arrest him. And so that's kind of, I guess, the main thrust from that point, right? I'm trying not to give too much away.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Him like kind of like a buddy movie, right? Where he's like enjoying being with Javi, but then he's like, oh, but is Javi really a bad guy? Do I have to keep helping the CIA? That kind of a deal. And also a big through line is Nicolas Cage's wife and daughter, and it's kind of like a strange relationship with them.
Yeah, that's the part I didn't see coming, was that stuff.
Oh, well, you're right. That's not in there. And I looked it up afterwards, or Sam did. He doesn't have a daughter. He has two sons.
Right.
So
Well, those are actresses. Yeah, they're
well,
not.
I knew those were actors, but I was wondering if like, oh, does he maybe does he have a daughter around that age and if someone's playing her? But he doesn't. No.
That's Charlie Sheen's daughter.
Lily Sheen is Charlie Sheen's daughter?
Yeah.
I know her name was Lily Sheen. I didn't know she was related. That's a fairly common name.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen's
daughter. She's really good actually. I like her a lot. Let's see. So hang on. Laura says, I love Nick Cage, but by far was the weirdest movie I've seen in a long time. I mean, yeah, it is kind of a strange movie, a weird movie, I guess, but that's why I loved it, I think. Because it's like the super fun weirdness. So I actually liked the family element, to be honest with you. I thought that worked well. I really liked the daughter and the mom and it made him, it's a more personal thing, right? Like to him as not just an actor, but as a guy, like what's important to him.
Well, yeah, look, it's fiction because the ex-wife is like age appropriate. So that's you already know how fiction this movie is because like his real girlfriend is like 40 years younger than him or something like that.
Oh, yeah, no, that actress looked like she could have been married. I mean, like around
yeah, but that's the funny thing is like Nick Cage,
I
think dates like way younger and they're the same. They're similar age. Anyway, wait, what was the question again? Sorry.
What did you like that family subplot?
Oh yeah. No, I like the family dynamic, and I like, and this is definitely not a spoiler because it's just his weird obsession with movies is what I love as well. Like there's there's like this other through line where he bases a lot of his relationships on their taste in movies. Like he tells he'll like you if you like the same movie he likes, and if he's in it, he'll like you even more. Like that's how he works, and I just love that. I love that weird ego that he has, and that weird, um, like how unaware and how kind of just unaware he is of like the world around him. So
yeah, I mean, one of my favorite things probably is that how much they kind of play with, like, I mean, the movies he's been in, right? And Javi, the character Javi, is like a huge Nick Cage fan, right? Like, he loves Nick Cage. He's seen all his movies. He has all this stuff about Nick Cage. But I love how, like, they always talk about that, and like Nick Cage just talks about his own movies, right, and stuff, and is like kind of so into it, and I don't know. And then and they're working on like making a film together too, right? That's like Javi has a screenplay, right? And then they start to try to work on it, brainstorming ideas. I don't know. I guess something just totally worked about Cage playing himself in this goofy scenario, right, with this guy who loves his films. I don't know. It's so hard to explain this movie, to be honest with you, but it just worked for me. It probably helps that I love Nick Cage, even though a lot of people like to rag on him. I actually always think he's a really good actor. I think this movie shows how good of an actor he is, because he's playing like an
exaggerated version of himself.
Exaggerated version of himself. Yes. Yeah. He also plays a younger version of himself talking to himself.
Well,
I don't think that was a spoiler, because you see that pretty soon in the movie.
I guess so.
All right, sorry, folks. I didn't think that's not like a big plot.
No, it isn't. But I like that. I like that surprise because.
All right, sorry.
It's okay. I think it's just for me. I like that because I don't remember seeing the young Nick Cage, or if I did, I thought it was from a clip of an older movie. But then you see that there's like this subconscious that he manifests as a younger version of himself, as kind of like the guy who makes him do stuff. So that was interesting.
Yeah, and then basically it becomes like this kind of really fun buddy action film.
Which, if you pay attention, they pretty much foretell the entire movie. Like, they pretty much write this movie in the movie.
When they're working on their screenplay, you mean, together?
The screenplay is the movie. So everything they talk about for that screenplay is the movie. Everything.
Well, yeah, that's kind of part of the fun of it, though, right?
Right. Yeah. It's like it's very meta in that respect. Yeah.
Yes, the meta is a good word for this movie.
Yeah.
So I don't think this movie's probably for everyone necessarily.
No.
But again, I had a ton of fun with it. Nick Cage, Pedro Pascal is also. I mean, they're great together. They're, I think, both really talented actors. I think all the acting is really strong. There's a lot of fun scenes. And also just, like he's got the referencing Face Off and all these other movies that I really dig. It's just great.
There's a lot of self-referential stuff in a lot of movies where you get to see clips of his older films. So that's fun.
Like because I stay for the credits, there's so many like references, all the films they used. Greg says, is it because Nick Cage can only play himself? All right, Greg.
I mean, well, it's kind of funny because I think about it, and I think they're all parts of him.
Parts of him, yeah. I see what you're saying.
I don't necessarily think it's just him. He knows how to change it up, but yeah. Yeah. So,
Laura says Pedro Pascal always delivers. I agree. Pedro Pascal is great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, Pedro Pascal in this, very... I don't know. Like,
I think he's a very fun character in this movie.
He helps, but I mean, he helps sell Nick Cage, right? Like, without him, I don't think he could have. If it was another actor, I don't know how well it would have gone, because I think that Pedro Pascal there's an innocence to him in this character that I really liked.
There is,
and there's an innocence and kind of I don't know. There was just something very charming about him as a character in this film. But yeah,
I agree. Super charming. And I see what you're saying. You're right. I think him and Cage have great chemistry.
Yeah,
together.
Yeah,
and I get it. You're right. It probably wouldn't have worked as well.
Yeah.
JC says Nick Cage's Willy Wonderland movie.
He did. Well, he's done a bunch of weird films. Willy's Wonderland is the murder carnival movie.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yikes.
He does. Yeah, he does some pretty intense movies. That one's the Murder Carnival one.
All right. So Greg
I
is
think.
actually okay with actors who can only play themselves. Kevin Costner, Nick Cage, Ryan Reynolds, all good actors.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's usually a version of themselves versus like you know like a I don't know who's a person who really like a Tom Hanks who usually can get lost in the character. Like you forget that it's Tom Hanks and it's really this other guy.
Oh, Willy's Wonderland is a Five Nights at Freddy knockoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a horror, not horror.
I'd rather be a whorish.
Horrorish.
All right. So yeah, I'm trying not to say too much about this.
I mean, do we? I mean, overall, I don't think we even have to spoil this one
I don't think
either.
we have to spoil this one
Technically,
either, yeah.
even though I didn't notice, but look out for the cameo at the end of the movie. I did not know there was a cameo at the end of the film, but there's a cameo. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
Oh shit, there is.
Really surprised.
Hang on, I don't want you to say it here because you're. I don't want you.
I can type it in the private chat.
Okay, yeah, tell me.
Okay.
Tell me in the private chat. I'm trying to see if I. It's at the end. You said.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who it is.
I didn't know that. I didn't see. I didn't know that.
Who I'm thinking is who you put in there. Yes. You know who I know it? Well, I thought it was, and then I watched the credits, and she's in the credits.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, it was her.
Yeah. That was fun. I'm like, oh yeah. Okay.
I like that.
So yeah, go watch it. I think it's a worthwhile watch. I mean, if I were to give it of the Golden Guns, if I were to give out of 4 Golden Guns,
all right.
probably give it a solid 3.
All right. I'm 100% giving it 4 Golden Guns.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like I said, I loved it, man. It's so funny. There's so many parts that's just funny. And now I wasn't in there wasn't a lot of people in the theater, but I heard plenty of laughs. So at least the people in the theater I think were enjoying it as well. So it's so much fun. It's irreverent. The characters are great. They're likable. I don't know. It has like action. It has buddy stuff. It has the family dynamics. Yeah, it's just great. Highly recommend it. So this is Certified Freff, the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Should have a symbol or something.
I wish this is the first time I got to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody make us a Certified Freff thing. It can come on the screen, right?
Yeah, exactly. It just like explodes into the screen.
That'd be great. I love that. Hugh Jackman is a very talented actor.
Oh yeah, that's another guy who can. Yeah, he's pretty good at at disappearing into his roles.
All right. Everything, everywhere, all at once. That's the name of a movie. Well, it's a mouthful. Yeah, that was Freff approved. All right. Yes, this is the movie I was most anticipating. The Cage one was my second most anticipated of the year. Francis, I know, was really looking forward to it as well before he saw it. This is so I'm a huge fan of Michelle Yeoh. She's the star of this movie. I've been for a very long time, since the 90s, when I started seeing her in Hong Kong films. After seeing her in Super Cop with Jackie Chan, I started to catch up on her other stuff. So I know probably many of you know Michelle Yeoh now more for perhaps Star Trek Discovery or Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or James Bond, Tomorrow Never Dies, if you don't know her from her Hong Kong days, film days. But she's amazing. She's one of my favorite actresses, maybe my favorite actress, actually, probably is. She was in Shang-Chi recently as well.
Yes.
The Crazy Rich Asians as well.
Yes.
She's been in a lot of stuff, actually.
Yeah, she's like the what do you call it? She's like oh my god, Taken, the guy from Taken.
Liam Neeson.
She's like her Liam Neeson phase, where she's getting more and more popular as she gets older. Because that's Liam Neeson's like, I'm going to do action movies now, and then he does all these action movies, and like he's now in every movie. So, yeah. Well, now sure, she of course actually has always done action, like that's
right. But yeah. So we talked about this a couple weeks ago off air, but I love that she was given like the lead role, because she's been in a lot of supporting roles. I love that she was getting the lead role in this and really get to shine. I think this is the best role she's ever been given.
Yeah,
and I think really show like what amazing acting chops she has. I think you said you saw an interview with her, right? Where
yeah, she did like a Vanity Fair interview or something, and she was tearing up over the fact that she was given an opportunity to show her range as an actress, because most of the time she gets to just play either type of person or the other, and in this type of film, she gets to pretty much play everything, everywhere, all at
all at
once.
once.
So, so she has an opportunity to really just shine in a way that she never had a chance to, and so she was really touched that this company was able to give her that opportunity and give her that chance to do it, and so she really was touched by that she had that. So
Julie says a very artistic sci-fi martial arts movie. There are two end philosophies in this one. The person I went to see this with took the opposite path than I did. Interesting.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But yes, I will say very artistic sci-fi martial arts. That's actually a good way to describe it. She plays such a badass, but she seems like such a fun, lighthearted person in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah, absolutely. So you want to try to give, this is a hard movie, I guess. Well, maybe not. You want to try to describe it before spoilers?
Yeah, I mean, the trailer tells you already that this is a multiverse film, and this is really just following the life of one.
Sorry, while you do that, I'll be right back. Keep going though.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
So yeah, this is a film that follows one of those paths in the multiverse that allows her to show off, like, it just shows like one of her potential paths in life, and that's what the multiverse is in this universe. It's like every path in life is connected in some way, shape, or form, and any act you do can kind of give you access to that. And this film more or less embodies that idea, as well as give you a bit of a sci-fi twist, obviously, because it's multiverse. And from what I've read from people who have watched the new multiverse movie that's out right now, which is the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, people are saying that, well, this one, at least in the portrayal of the multiverse, this does a better job of portraying a universe like that versus versus the Marvel film. So I find that kind of fascinating that they're comparing the two, because again, this film, Everything Everywhere All at Once, is an A24 film, and if anyone knows A24, they do small, indie, low budget films where you have a very simplistic premise. In this case, not really, because it's a multiverse movie. So yes, I guess, Julio, it would be a lot like but Parallels, I think, wasn't Parallels the one where it wasn't? Oh, I guess that's the one where there was the militant federation versus the non-militant one. And it is not like the butterfly effect in the sense of they can't go back in time to affect things, but they can access parallel timelines that are happening at the same time to manipulate the timeline that they're in. So that's a really kind of big concept, but they make it really accessible with super simple technology, super simple kind of effects, right? Like there's nothing too complex. You don't have to know quantum physics to understand the multiverse here, even though they do go in a scientific path, sort of in their form of the multiverse. It's not just some kind of weird infinity stone that makes the multiverse or some strange creatures from another planet doing it. It's just technology that allows access to the different convergences in the timeline. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And yes, Julia, yeah, the actor Ke Huy Quan, I guess is his name. He plays one of the main characters in there, and he is Short Round from Indiana Jones, or Data from the Goonies. He never washes his hands.
I always wash my hands, actually, Greg. Always. Thoroughly. And that's a big thing of mine, because sometimes I'm in the restrooms and I see guys go to the bathroom and they just walk away without washing their hands, and I'm like, well, that's nice.
Blow on them, just...
Oh, that totally gets rid of the shit on your hands. Yeah, absolutely.
Anything, it adds more because you're blowing onto your hands.
You're putting saliva. Yeah. So he is. Hang on. How do you say his K?
Ke Huy Quan.
Ke Huy Quan.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Okay. He's awesome, man. Like my friend Mark Pizzula, who some of you know from Super Knocked Up and the show.
Have a good night, Laura.
Oh, who's it? Oh, okay. Laura, I love everything ever all at once, and I'd love to keep going, but it's 1 a.m. here. Thank you, Laura, so much for watching. She has to work. Jamie Lee Curtis is amazing. Hugs. Oh, yeah, she always calls me legend, and I call her legend. Yes, thank you, fellow legend. We appreciate it, Laura. Thank you so much for watching. Get some sleep. And we're glad you loved the movie. That's good. It's from Legends of Tomorrow. It has to do with that and Dragon Con stuff when I moderated. What the hell is a booby trap?
Booby trap. But that's how he says it in Indiana Jones.
Oh! Yes. I was like, were you talking about breasts when I was gone? But anyway, Mark told me, like, I guess 20, 30 years he hasn't acted in or something.
Night listeners, mate.
Yes. Oh, wow. Look, all these people have all these busy stuff to do. 5K walk. That's great, man. Stay hydrated. Bring plenty of water with you. All right. Maybe I'll finally get to say that at this point. No, I know. No, I'm glad we should say absolutely goodbye to our viewers. They just don't, 20, 30 years I think he hasn't acted in. That's what Mark said anyway. It's been like a long time since he's acted.
He did like TV shows and stuff, but that was it. Like he didn't do a movie.
Okay. But he's amazing, dude. Like he's really great. A lot of great actors in this movie. But him and Michelle Yeoh really stood out to me, acting wise. He had a background role in ER for a season or two. Oh, okay. There's the TV stuff. Nice. Okay, cool. If a booby trap is about boobies, what type of trap would it be? A booby trap? I don't know.
That's like one of those
a big booby trap.
That's like those Riddler questions. Like Batman, we need you. We got a Riddler question here about boobies and traps.
I'm sure in the Batman movie, that's one of the Riddler's things, right? It's like Batman. If there were boobs in a booby trap, what kind of trap would it be called? And then that's what makes Batman so mad, right? And that's why he starts beating everyone up.
I don't know boobies. I've been.
I'm too pissed off to think about breast, except Catwoman's.
I'm so angry because I've been celibate for the last 50 years.
50. Oh, all right. I'm talking about the young Batman. Jeez.
Oh yeah.
Would it only work on? Well, yeah, certain women it would also work on. Absolutely.
Yeah. Look, since you're bringing it up, just a weird aside. I always find it fascinating when women use their breasts as like a wallet, like a pocket to keep their wallet or their phone in, and you just see them dig into their cleavage and they pull out a phone or they pull out wallet or money. I'm like, that's kind of gross. That's your boob. Why are you putting like gross stuff on your boob?
All right, so hang on. Oh my God.
I've seen it so many times.
No. I know. We'll get back to the movie in a minute, folks. Obviously, we have to have a tit talk. Instead of TED Talks, these are tit talks.
Right.
First off, maybe saying breasts are gross isn't the best thing to say.
No. The stuff that they put on it, like money, like dollar bills, that's gross. Don't put the dollar bills.
Oh, it sounded like you were saying it's gross. I thought you were saying why is your phone touching your breast? That's gross that your breast is touching.
That they're making touch their breast. Like, don't put the dirty stuff on the breast.
You're saying you don't put your phone down your pants, in the front of your pants?
Oh, no, I do that all the time. But that's for a whole different reason.
Right. Because then you set it out when they vibrator mode, right? When they call.
Hey, someone, give me a call.
You're like, Martha, keep calling me. By the way, Martha, because I messaged earlier with the link. I don't know if she's in the chat or she's just being quiet.
No. I don't know if she's tonight. She went to watch the movie. She went to watch Doctor Strange tonight. So.
Oh, come on. That's not as good as us. All right. I know what you mean. I don't really see usually women doing that a lot, though.
I've seen it recently. Like,
okay. Do they really have their wallet in there?
Yeah, it's weird. They put their phone
like a small wallet. You mean?
Yeah, like a little, not like a man's wallet, but like
not a man's wallet, right?
Yeah, like a little, not a money clip.
All right, you can see that. Yeah. Well, I mean, listen. So, particularly with some women's pants, either a lot of times they don't have pockets, right, or they're too tight to get things in there. I mean, most women I see, they put their phone in their back pocket. Actually, a lot of times if they have pockets.
Yeah. Well, these are usually well-endowed, like women of voluptuous.
Well, listen, it's right there, right? It's so handy. Boop, boop.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's true. I can't argue with that actually.
It would be like a James Bond movie where the boobs are guns, or like Austin Powers.
Austin Powers did that.
The fembots, right?
Fembots had boobs for guns, or guns for boobs.
What is this? Is this a hot dog? Hot dog 2001. What?
I mean, if you saw the movie, that kind of makes sense, sort of.
2001: A Space Odyssey.
There was a world where they had hot dog fingers
in this movie.
Yeah,
I don't know what the 2001 is though.
That I don't know either, but
maybe he wants the 2001 hot dogs.
Well,
hot dogs.
Is it in the modern day, or is it
this? Oh, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, or is it in the past?
I assumed it was in the modern day.
There's nothing really.
Do they hang
they
on?
don't ever take
no, they have cell phones. She has a smartphone. She has a smartphone.
She has a smartphone. Okay.
She talks about why are you putting apps on my phone at one point.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. It's a guy version of putting a phone in your shirt pocket. Oh, which I don't do. Yeah. I don't have shirt pockets. Oh, you do. You could do it. Do you ever do it?
My phone? No, because it's too big. Look at this.
Oh, look. You can do. Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't have to go all the way in.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
I that's why I like to wear cargo shorts. I just put in my cargo pants pockets.
Oh, there you go.
I can fit anything in there, man. Put a watermelon in there.
Well, that's the point.
Yeah.
The point is so that you don't carry anything. You just
like in Dirty Dancing, where Baby carries the watermelons. I could just put them up. That's your namesake.
And then people could say, "Is that a watermelon in your pants? Or are you just happy to see me?"
Yeah, I would say, no, it's a watermelon in my pants,
actually.
And I am also happy to see you.
Yeah.
You could take video by putting it. Oh, in your pocket.
The way that.
Yeah, actually, you're right. You could secretly be recording people, and you don't know.
There's no light or anything.
You could be a spy. Exactly. That could be good in the Nick Cage movie. You could have been doing that to Javi, recording him.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe you're recording this right now.
That'd be
of course,
weird.
This is already being recorded.
I know. So. That'd be weird. But, yeah, I could. I guess. I really wanted to, I guess. Yeah.
All right, back to the movie, I guess. Yeah. All right, so you gave him the rundown, right?
Yes.
Overall, what's your overall thoughts of the movie?
Now if I were to compare it to Unbearable Weight, this was definitely a movie I did not see where it was going. Like, you don't know what's happening, why it's happening. It's so weird. But as someone who completely relates to that family, completely relates to how she is as a mother, I've seen that in my own family. I've seen her way of thinking in my own family. I've seen that whole thing, very Asian, right? So there's a lot to relate to, in that respect. But I genuinely love this movie a lot. I thought overall it was great because it dealt with so many good themes that I thought weren't wasted. There's a theme about love, there's a theme about family, there's a theme about regret, there's a theme about all these themes that they just threw in there, and it's like it all fits and it all works. And I thought that was really well done.
Yeah. Overall, I mean, a lot of the stuff they did, I think, is really good. I generally like parallel universe stuff. I think they did this cleverly. It was cool to see all the different kind of versions of her, I guess, she pulled upon to use certain talents, right, and different abilities. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously, we got to see her do some awesome martial arts stuff, but other times we got this. But we also got to see her, I don't know, I think use a cooking skill or something to fight people, right, or use different kind of skills.
Yeah, everything was sign twirling and
hibachi, right,
stuff.
Right? Yeah, hibachi, that's right. Yeah. So that was really cool. Like the family, obviously I can't connect with the same way you can, but I really the family was really like her and her husband and the daughter and the whole dynamics. I mean, like, it was really poignant and moving, and I cared about them a lot, and I was rooting for them, and particularly the husband character, Kei Ho Kwan. It just, oh my God, how can you not love that guy, right, and root for him, and just the fact his whole theme of like, I choose kindness over, and I could choose something else, but I'm always going to choose kindness. Like, yeah, oh my God, that's what we need. There was,
because a lot of, we kind of complained about certain TV shows and movies kind of pushing like we understand that there's a moral message or something that they want to portray, but sometimes they really just shove it in your face type of moral message. In this one, when Waymond is like, is kind of, amongst all the chaos, all he wants to do is just to make everything all right. Like, he just, and that message of kindness at the end, I'm like, oh, this is a message they're trying to say to everyone. Like, this is a thing where they're saying, hey, we know the world's in chaos. This was like the I'm talking to you, the audience message in the movie. It's like, hey, we know everyone kind of hates everyone right now. We know everyone's kind of like, but the world is chaotic and everything. And it's like, hey, always choose kindness. Like, I feel like that was what I got out of that message, was like, hey, yeah, everything's all out over the place, but let's stop being all angry at each other for a second and realize we're all kind of, going through this together. I'm like, okay, I got you. I got your movie. I see the message that you're trying to tell us.
Yeah, I'll get to those questions in a minute, folks.
Yeah.
I was like a lot of the themes and the overall one at the end, I dug and I appreciated. There's some amazing action scenes in this movie, like super amazing martial arts stuff. Ki Hu Kwan in particular, I think has the best one. Fairly, not too far into the movie.
Yeah, it's a long movie, but you don't notice it.
Yeah, a lot of cool sci-fi elements and stuff worked in. The thing I didn't expect is how weird this movie is. It's one of the fucking weirdest movies I've seen. Like I said, like you mentioned earlier, there's one world where people have hot dog fingers. Hot dogs for fingers, yeah. They in order to I guess shift realities, or right, you have to injure yourself in some way, pull in a different persona.
Yeah,
or do something really weird, or do something somewhat uncomfortable or weird.
Yeah,
a lot of it's injuring, but it's something strange.
Yeah,
some of that is really over the top in a very bizarre way. So the downside for me is that they did some stuff I was like, oh, this is so fucking weird. It's not working for me. But it didn't take away for the overall thing. But I did not expect them to push boundaries that much.
Which is what I loved about it. I love that they did that, because it's not so, it kind of fits into the idea of like, well, this whole thing is ridiculous. Everything about this that's happening in the story is absolutely absurd. Like, there's none of it's supposed to make sense. As a matter of fact, it technically shouldn't. And yet somehow they do kind of cobbled it all together to make it make sense. But the idea that you can access and technically travel to different parallel universes and dimensions by doing certain things is so dumb. Like, it's dumb. It's a stupid idea, but yet that's the idea. And there's a villain in this movie, and they did this one thing that's a joke. Like, it's literally a pun. The thing that they do is just a pun. But that's kind of, I think, what makes it work for me, is that this movie is 100% all about just being nonsensical, but creative. Even though it was dumb and ridiculous, I found it very inventive, the kind of things that they felt they had to do to make the system of traversing this world work. I'm like, okay. Yes. Even the one terrible thing, even the one thing that I thought was like, yeah, okay, that's a bit, but okay, yeah. So
I'm actually with you on this. Even though some of that stuff didn't work for me, I'm actually also glad they did it, because we need filmmakers who do something different, like you're saying, push boundaries, don't make the same, take risks, don't make the same things we're seeing in every other, like, again, there's plenty of MCU movies I enjoy, but superhero or reboots or sequels, right? I don't see a lot of risks being taken, and that's okay as well. But I think there's not enough of that. Like, there's too much of everything just being the same. And real innovation comes from taking risks and doing something different. So even though it didn't all work for me, I'm like, well, you know what? I applaud you guys for doing that and trying something different. Because that's what you got to do. You got to take big swings. And some things will work and some things won't.
Yeah.
And by the way, the directors and writers of this, they go by the Daniels because they're both named Dan, but it's Daniel Kwan and Daniel Schneider are the writers directors. But the credits, they just go by the Daniels because they work together. Greg says NBC movies are just formulas at this point. Sort of, yeah. I mean, that's kind of.
I mean, yes and no. It sounds like with these movies that are coming up, like Multiverse, they are trying to again kind of do something different to the point where they're no longer crowd pleasers anymore. They're becoming divisive again. Like, Well,
that's good. That's good. I think that's the thing. I think that's good.
Right. Like Eternals, for instance. Right?
Yeah, this is why I'm liking them again because I love it.
Yeah, but that's a completely divisive film.
It is.
There's a ton of people who hate it. There's a ton of people who like it. Same thing with Shang-Chi. And now we have Multiverse, which is a familiar character, Doctor Strange being a familiar character. But from what the reviews I'm reading, it's like, oh, I hate it. Oh, I love it. Like it's becoming to where the formula no longer is we're going to please everybody. Now it's, okay, we're going to do our own thing. We're going to do something a little bit different. But this movie in particular, everything everywhere, they're like, oh, let's just go into a random word generator and like figure out what we can do from here. And they do, like, random word. Okay,
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like we're gonna do everything different and whatever the fuck we want, and it's great.
Yeah, there's a scene where there's no dialogue, no spoken dialogue.
I love this scene.
It's my favorite scene. It's my favorite scene because it was so out of nowhere. Like, it's bizarre.
And the people aren't even humans at that point.
And it's just like, who in their right mind thought this was a good idea? And yet it works. And it is a good idea because it makes sense in this universe. So that's why I liked it, because it's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna just do anything and everything that makes zero sense, and we're just gonna do it. And pop culture be damned, we're gonna just put it out there and see what people like it. And so far, people like it.
Yeah. Again, this might sound weird, but I'm with you. I think the more divisive movies are, not to me, like I think people should be divisive because it shouldn't. Your opinions on movies shouldn't have anything to do with obviously what you like about a person. But the more divisive movies are, the better it is. The more, again, I've always said, the more you try to make something for everyone, the more of like kind of a lukewarm, watered down product you're going to get. True greatness comes from not trying to please everyone and, like you said, taking risks and taking chances. And those kind of movies, though, are going to be more likely to have people love it and people hate it. But that's good. That's actually, I think, good for filmmaking, good for the industry. And this has been my critique about MCU for many years now, is that it's made for everyone. And I'm actually glad MCU is getting away from that somewhat. That's why I've loved Shang-Chi and Eternals, my favorite two movies of the MCU ever. And I think this is a great movie here that they're doing this and that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Unbearable Weight, again, I think that's a very different kind of movie, a movie that's not for everybody, like we said.
Yeah, but I also think Unbearable Weight is similar to like that one Jean-Claude movie. There are a couple movies where they do.
That was a Amazon series by Jean-Claude Van Johnson. Yeah.
But they've done exaggerated movies where they have.
Oh, sure. I'm not saying it's never been done.
Yeah.
But Unbearable Weight is not your typical studio film.
No, that's true. That's true. Like I said, you watch it and you're like, where is this going for a little? Especially if you don't watch all the trailers and just kind of go into it blind. It takes you places. And the same thing with this movie. It takes you places. It takes you places you never thought you'd see, in the form of like characters and jokes. Like a lot of the worlds are jokes. Like a lot of the worlds that you go into are punchlines, really, right? That's kind of the purpose of the world that they enter. It's like, okay, I have a joke for you. I want to tell this joke. Okay, I'm going to misremember the name of a movie, and then they go to the world where, oh, never mind, that thing exists as a thing.
Right.
I didn't misremember the movie. It's a thing that exists, and it's like, oh, okay, oh, that's funny because that's the punchline to the joke that was said earlier. Great, So like, there's a lot of stuff like that. So you just go into that mind, go into an open mind that a lot of it's meant to be more of a punchline. Like a lot of these little worlds are meant to be punchlines, and that even though it doesn't take away from the overall story, It is just there kind of as a gag or a joke to play on top of the story that already exists.
All right, let me get to some of these chats.
Yeah.
So Julie says, I fell in. The other person watching went for the googly eyes. We won't say anything beyond that has to do with stuff in the movie, though. But we get what you mean. How sexy of a movie is it? Well, at first I was going to say not very, but if you like, somewhat of a spoiler here, folks. I'll just warn you. If you like intense anal probing, I guess sexy. Which is one of the scenes that really I did not need to necessarily see. But
well, it's a rated R film, and they do blur everything out. So at least you're not.
Oh yeah, you get to see a guy fighting with his dick out the whole time, but it's blurred out.
Right. Well, yeah, but you don't have to see the whole. Everything is done off screen. All that stuff was done off screen. You don't get to
that's
actually
true.
see
That's
it.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Again, it's just kind of like it's just that like super craziness they're going for, and
right.
Just the way. Oh my god, sorry. Just the way he leaps in the air. It's just like
I
turned away. I had to turn away, even though they didn't show it, because I was like, I can't.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
I know that's what they're going for.
But they blurred it out for a reason so that you don't feel that uncomfortable watching that scene. I actually felt like it toned it down enough to be like, okay, yeah, that's ridiculous. But it didn't make it as
for me, it was just still. It was like, this is just too crazy.
They could have shown it. It is a rated R film. They could have done it. It could have just been like, there it is. Enjoy.
Yes, I'm glad they. I mean, well, actually, whatever. I've been watching shows like Minx where I've never seen so many dicks in my life, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But
not in the way
in a fight
in that context. I don't think you would. Yeah, it's not.
It's so weird. Yeah, it's so weird. JC says that's the way to be. Always choose kindness. Yes, absolutely, dude. I 100% agree. They need a Leslie Nielsen version that becomes total slapstick. Then the weirdness would work. Speaking of which, what happened to the slapstick genre? That's interesting. I don't know.
It failed because they kept doing slapstick movies and nobody was watching them.
Well, I mean, it succeeded very well for a while, right? Back in the day.
Yeah, but then they overdid it with all those parody movies that are supposed to be slapstick, right? Like all of the scary movies and the superhero movie and all these other films that are supposed to be parodies of other genres. And they got lazy. Will they ever go back to slapstick? I don't know. I hope so. I feel like the tides are turning with that. Like they're going to go back to kind of old school stuff that used to work back in the day.
Is this red pill, blue pill? Is that what this is? Like Matrix?
I don't know what that is actually.
Or is that something else? Tell us, Blue.
Yeah.
What?
Is that a cash register or a telephone?
Easter. It's the guy statue from Easter Island. It looks like.
Oh.
But that's not in the. There's no Easter Island.
No. But he's talking about the stone, the rocks.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get it. What you were talking about. Okay, yeah. Right there, the pinata.
Yeah. Wait, there was pinatas.
Where was the pinata? Oh my god.
It was just they were having conversations and they would be pinatas for like a split second and they would talk as pinatas. And they looked like
yes. Would you say I have a plethora of pinatas? I don't know if there's a plethora because there's only a couple, right, in the movie.
Yeah. A pickled peck of pinatas, personally.
Yeah. Oh, Scorpio says, well, now that you mention it, I do enjoy the anal probing. I think he's referring to that I mentioned. But the butt stuff was very much a Chekhov's. What's Chekhov's gun?
Well, Chekhov's gun is you introduce a gun at the beginning of the movie and it has to be used at the end. Right, so it's like. I don't
remember them introducing butt stuff though in the beginning.
They introduced that the award that Jamie Lee Curtis wins because she is a butt plug, like those are butt plug statues, and so. Well,
but she doesn't say that, right?
No, but they
just show the statues. You mean they just show the statue,
and it looks exactly like if you were to look at a butt plug, that's what it looks like. It looks like that statue.
I don't think I was thinking that when I first saw the statue, but.
Well, but the funny thing is that the joke is that they give it to you, right?
Oh, the IRS gives it to you up the ass.
Yeah, right. So that's the joke. But then they take the joke a step further by doing that thing. So that's why, again, a lot of these are a lot of the stuff that happens in this movie is a punchline to something you've seen previously. So that's what I love about it. They're all jokes. Like they're not all jokes, but there are a lot of them are like, here's a punchline to the joke. So huge fan of it.
All right. Sorry, I was just looking. I was on the IMDb page. They said they won one award at South by Southwest. They won the editing award,
Oh, they should win more.
Adobe Editing
Well,
Award. Yeah.
when the movie came out wide a few weeks ago, Twitter had many campaigns about giving Michelle Yeoh Best Actress.
I think she's got a good shot of getting for next year's awards season.
Yeah, and the movie getting best film.
I think she's 100% be nominated for Best Actress. She should win it.
Oh,
As far as I'm
100%.
concerned, but yeah.
100%. Yeah.
It could. I mean, it definitely could. It could get a nomination. I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
If it's getting the word of mouth you're talking about.
It seems to be. I mean, so far, let's see. What is its current? I'm looking at its.
Top rated movie number 55 on IMDb. It says here.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
I mean, I'm trying to see. So, I mean, it has. I mean, I don't know how much it was made for, but it definitely made its money back because it's made over almost 50 million worldwide, which is pretty good for a movie. For an A24 movie, that's really good.
How much it make? 54 million?
49 million, I believe, was the. Where did I missed it? Where is it? 41 million is the current worldwide gross as of, I guess.
Yeah, A24 are more smaller budgeted movies.
Usually. They do horror films usually too. But I'm glad they didn't this time.
But they're also doing that, which I didn't realize was a YouTube thing. I guess that.
Oh my God!
Shelly the Shell. What's his name?
Oh yeah. Kelly Slate, or not?
Jenny Slate.
Jenny Slate.
Who's in this movie as she's credited as Big Nose in this movie.
Yeah, she was the one with the dog. Yeah. So I just want to say the production companies. One of the production companies is Hot Dog Hands. That's the name of the freaking production company.
I think I saw that in the credits. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
They probably came up with it just because of this, or something.
I think so too. Yeah.
So, I'm trying to think what else to talk about with the movie. What did you, without, I mean, we can if you want. Again, I mean, I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but did you like the ending? I was afraid it was going to end in a okay, I guess this is a bit of a spoiler, folks. I won't tell you what exactly happens, but I was afraid it was going to end in more of a darker way, and I was glad that it did not.
I mean, here's the thing. It can actually be interpreted that way. You can interpret it as a dark way because she still has access.
Yeah, I suppose. I didn't interpret it that way, though.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah,
but
I interpreted it like that. What I liked is that it went back to family, right? And she kind of rescued her daughter through love. And again, love and kindness, right? Yeah. And to me, like that's always going to be themes I'm really down with. And that's why I loved it so much. Like I think at the end.
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't that she saved her daughter with love and kindness. It was that her husband saved her, and then she in turn saved her.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yes.
Which I love. I love that connection. Like boom, boom, boom.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. She learned it from her husband, but then she was able to release it in herself, and by learning herself, then give it to her daughter. Yeah. Which is why I love how important the husband is in this.
Yeah. Oh, 100.
By the way, which I thought until you said it, and I looked it up. I thought his name was Raymond. But it's actually Waymond.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Evelyn. I forgot her name was Evelyn.
Evelyn. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so a heartwarming ending, which I appreciated. At least for me, it was.
Yeah, I thought it was a happy ending. And open, not for a sequel, but just like open-ended a little bit. You know, You never know.
So Julie says, so common in different Asian cultures, every generation disappointing the generation before them. How common is that in other cultures? In a way, it was to choose to be present in an existence where she was not her best self. True, because she at one point she wanted to choose the movie star life.
Yeah, she was ready to kind of give up the life that she was her whatever that present consciousness was willing to give it up for that movie star consciousness. Yeah.
Surely a timeline where they're all together, happy, successful, and not struggling with that. Yes, but right, I like that she chose to be with the husband she had, the daughter she had, and yes, and that was enough for her, right? The love of her family was enough.
Yeah, it's interpreted as the worst timeline.
Wait, in the movie, do they say that?
Yeah, he says, the reason why you're special, Evelyn, is because you're a loser and you have the worst life, and this is the worst possible scenario to happen in all of your universes.
Okay, see that I don't believe at all. There's no way that's the worst. It's not.
That's what she.
bad.
Well, that's what.
Yeah, I
Wayne
know,
says
but that doesn't fly with me.
Well,
I'm gonna say hot dog hands is fucking terrible.
but
She
she's
also
happy
breaks
with-
up with her in hot dog hands world.
but she gets back with her at the end.
Oh, does she?
No. Yeah, she does.
All right.
I mean, it's pretty- you see it.
That's not an important part.
No, it isn't.
I don't consider the hot dog thing a key part of this movie.
But yeah, no, but that was the explanation as to why she was able to do what she did. That was just kind of the reason why she's able to have those powers is because it's the worst timeline, which I find funny.
So going back to this, and you brought this up at the beginning, because you said you could relate to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Is this true that generally in a lot of things that
Well, no. Well, so Asian cultures specifically have very high expectations. That's why you're always like the joke is that the stereotype is that parents want their children to be doctors or lawyers. They can't be anything else, or engineers, right? They have to be some type of scientist. They cannot be anything less than like top tier kind of whatever in whatever field that they're in. It has to be chemistry, physics, whatever. You have to be an engineer, you have to be a lawyer, you have to be a doctor. And quite often, yes, Asian children disappoint their parents because very few Asians, especially, just don't go that route because they don't have to,
no, they don't want to.
Because they don't want to, and they don't live in a country where that's everyone in the culture emphasizes that. While in American culture, if you live in the United States, there's no emphasis on like you have to do whatever your parents say, because that's a very Asian mentality. Is whatever your parents say, you got to do it. They're never wrong. They're always right. That's kind of the world you grew up in a very Asian centric culture. But when you go to the United States, that's not it. You talk to your friends, you talk to other people, like, what are you talking about? Do what you want to do. Be happy. And that blows people's minds. So yeah, that's very much, especially immigrants, that's very much the culture. It's like, oh, sorry, mom and dad, I didn't become the millionaire you wanted me to be. That's
Didn't become Alonia Dusk.
Alonia Dusk. Become Alonia Dusk.
That's the Asian, not Bijan meme?
Yeah, because you have to get A's, you can't get B's.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
But so if you're saying that in a lot of Asian countries, you're saying that's the way parents are. But in those countries, not everyone can be those things. There's obviously tons of jobs people have to be in those countries.
And they're disappointed. They're very disappointed, and they're very like, they could have been an executive, and they weren't. They're a garbage man, or they're an they could have been an electrical engineer, but they're just an electrician, and then so they just like there's resentment, and you just kind of live with it. It's a little sad, but also kind of funny. It's like, oh, come on, but that's kind of that's just kind of how they are. That's the culture.
I guess you had a question about other cultures. I would say, I mean. Well, this I guess may be more prevalent in Asian. It does happen in other ones, certainly in Caucasian cultures. There's ones where certain parents want your kids to do certain things, right, or follow after them. So, I mean, it's not just Asian cultures, I would say, that this happens. Although I would say, I guess, the more, I think we're becoming better in America, like you said, of not pressuring maybe our kids to necessarily do what we want them to do. No, I don't have kids, but I think even in the past in America, that was more of a thing too, no matter what your necessary culture was, I suppose. I feel like even a little bit, I feel like when I changed majors, I think my parents were kind of like, well, why are you doing that? Like your original major would have been a better job. Computer science would have made you a lot of money. History does not necessarily make you a lot of money or secure you a job. And they were fine. They got it. I wanted to do it. But at first I was like, why are you doing that?
Well, yeah, because it was a culture, the American cultures, especially during the early part or the mid to early part of the 20th century, was a culture of exceptionalism, right? Like we got to be the best at everything, right? And there was this underlying idea that all parents wanted for their children, at least this is what I learned from other people, this is what they told me, I could be wrong, was that, all the parents cared about really was that their child did better than they did. In other words, if they got a high school diploma, get a college diploma. We worked at they worked at a factory, get a white collar job, right? stuff like that. Like that used to be kind of the expectation in like that earlier to late part of the 20th century. And then as we get into the 21st, when now the expectations become different, where it's like, oh, you know what? Go ahead and do the thing that you want to do. We live kind of in a culture of comfort right now. Well, not now, but I mean, you know, at the time, like, we live in a culture of comfort. Go ahead and do whatever you want. You know, just as long as you're happy, go ahead and do it. Not the best of ideas necessarily, but I understand.
Well, I think you should. I mean, I think you should pursue what you love and dream. Obviously, I mean,
well, yeah,
it doesn't always work out for us that we can make money at that, right? But
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, pursue something realistic, and then on the side, do something that is your dream.
Like we do.
Which is what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing now, right? Like,
exactly.
We have real jobs. We also do this other stuff, which is I think
we're doing this right now. We're doing writing. We're doing all this podcast.
Which I think is the appropriate way to do it, I guess.
Well, you can make a living. I mean, you can actually survive. So that's important.
That's the point. Yeah, exactly. That's as opposed to like, well, I'm struggling, starving artist. It's like,
Jalou wonders if it's an immigrant thing. Like, we sacrifice all these things to get to the land of opportunity, and to not succeed is to squander what is not accessible in the country the parents came from.
Well, that's very Filipino, Mexican, you know, countries that are not necessarily first world, but developing. Well, Philippines is a third world, but like Mexico's a developing country, things like that. So yeah, in that case, yes, it isn't a very immigrant thing where you want to see your kids kind of do way better than you. Yeah, it's very much a mentality.
All right, very interesting, Jalou, conversation. All right, I guess we should, if you don't, unless you want to add anything else, we should rate Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, look, I
wait, what are we rating out of? Multiverse or something else?
No.
Googly eyes.
That was a big thing. Yeah, googly eyes. Yeah, I'll do googly eyes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, just the last thing I'm gonna add is I watched it, I think, with people who worked on the movie because they clapped at the credits. So I may be a little biased because my audience was really, 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 really into it. So it helped make everything a little bit more.
Yeah, I was thinking about this too. We could rate it on bagels.
We could do bagels. Yeah, because that's
what we'll do bagels. Doing. All right, we'll do bagels.
Yeah, we'll do bagels. But yeah, so like I said, so when I give the score, you'll understand because I kind of had a little help from the people who are around me. Like they really loved. They were clapping at the credits.
Go for it. I'm waiting.
So
for
yeah,
it.
four.
I thought you were gonna give 4. Yeah. 4 bagels.
Yeah,
we can't go to 5. 4 is our max. Wow, you really loved it.
In a world that breaks the rules, like
you're right. You can go to a universe where they do it on 5.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'll do it. I'll give it probably a little bit higher than I might normally because of the innovation and I respect the risk. So I'll give it 3.5 bagels. Again, not everything worked, but overall, I saw a lot of stuff I think was really cool and great and innovative. And I love Michelle Yeoh and Ke Ha Kwan was good. And then like James Hong, who plays the grandfather, but he's like a veteran actor who's been in a million things. Just seeing like people like that was just great. So yeah, I think definitely check this movie out. And just to see Michelle Yeoh's acting, I think is alone worth seeing this movie, even if you don't like action stuff. And great family dynamics, and I think great heart too, particularly
a lot of heart in this movie.
Yeah,
a lot,
which I appreciate. So this movie is also, what is it, Francis? It's
certified Freff.
All right, that's her before we get an official one. That's what. All right, so hey, guess what? 2 movies, certified Freff. This one, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. We could have done butt plugs, Scorpio. That would have been funny. There's a plug. All right, where's the butt emoji, Jalou?
I don't think there's a butt. I don't think there's a. Well,
that's weird. You think there would be? What?
The peach is usually the butt.
The peach. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Hey, you know what Nick Cage says? I can eat a peach for hours. Which I still say he's talking about pussy, not ass. But
that thing, the only reason why is because again, it's.
It can be a pussy too. It can be soft and supple, and I
can eat a taco for hours.
See, that doesn't sound as good though. That sounds right. I mean, maybe he just likes eating out ass. Okay, maybe Castor Troy likes that.
Or maybe he really was talking about peaches.
Maybe he just really means a peach. But he's flirting with the FBI. He doesn't know she's FBI at the time. Woman, when he says it, he thinks he's a flight attendant.
All right, Greg, you're our producer for the next episode, for the next time we do this, I guess, because you have sound bites.
Oh, but we need a special Freff graphic too. Can you make that for us? Certified Freff.
Well, no, we'll figure that part out. But yeah,
And play some cool music for us.
Yeah.
Also, tell us if you think, is a peach more like a butt or vagina? As our producer, Greg.
That should be the current SGU
question?
poll of the day. It's the poll.
Oh
of the
my
day.
God! Imagine we put that on Twitter. We probably get a lot more followers, but then we also get probably some hate tweets.
Oh yeah. Oh, we get some heat. We totally get heat.
You're hired. The Price is Right free. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, he agrees with you, but rats.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
All right.
Can we do polls on YouTube? Can you do a poll on YouTube?
You can technically, because they have the you can like do messages and stuff. Like you do like you actually write stuff and put messages on YouTube. And
what do you mean? In the chat it appears or in the video?
No. So outside of the channel, you can do like posts. Like I've seen posts.
Oh, you mean a YouTube post?
Yeah, like a
YouTube post. I thought he meant in the video itself or something.
Oh no.
I know what you mean.
You can do a YouTube post with a poll. I think you can do a YouTube poll that way.
The question is dependent on the shaving skills, Julie says. All right.
That's true.
A chat poll. Maybe I can. I gotta look into that then. Maybe I can do a chat poll.
Yeah. Do the next episode.
I don't know how the hell I would do that right now, but
that's why you make someone a mod, and then they can do it while we're talking.
True, good point. I mean, I didn't even know how I would technically do that at the moment.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out how to make someone a mod, and then
also figure out how the fuck you do a poll.
Because mods can then, if we entrust someone to be a mod, then they can take care of
like Greg.
Like Greg, yeah, they can take care of those people who come in every once in a while to do the weird things that they post on the chat room, and they can just
like the weird bots sometimes that come in.
Yeah, so that you don't have
they
to.
They could block them. Yes, and I wouldn't.
Yeah,
be right.
you could just concentrate on the show, and then the mods can take care of it.
Good point. We need some mods up in here.
Yeah. You know you've made it when you have mods. You know that's like a sign. That's actually a sign of prestige as a content creator.
Good point. Thanks, Greg. Thanks for that. That's a good suggestion there. Good info. Yeah. All right, cool. So there you go, folks. There's the 3 movies. Actually, I think all of them. We were still. I think we would all say you should probably check out, right? Even Lost City. I think you wouldn't say people shouldn't check it out.
Yeah, it's, like I said, it's a Sunday afternoon, rainy day movie. Like it's not something to go out to the theaters for, but you could totally chill and watch it. Like you'd be fine. You'd have a good time.
Netflix and chill.
Vote
for me, and all your wildest dreams will come true. Wow. All right, that's a good campaign slogan, Greg.
One can only hope.
All your wildest dreams. All right, cool. There you go, folks. That was our Freff. What the fuck? Freff Friday Funtime Film Fiesta. I gotta in my head think about how it goes every time. 5 Fs. And also we got to do some Star Trek and Star Wars-y chat in the beginning. So, I got to do some SGU type stuff. No games. That's all right. We'll do games for Wednesday. Oh, another vote for Greg for producer. Wow. This is Greg. You're getting a new job.
No, producers need to get paid. They're going to do producing because they do a lot of work.
We don't have money for him. Don't say that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, he produces his own show and doesn't get. Well, maybe he gets paid a little bit. I don't know.
That's his own show.
I know, but maybe he likes doing that, producing.
Yeah.
Producer is a great title, though. It makes you feel prestigious.
No, it's like the people who say, "Hey, I'll do this work for me, and I'll give you exposure instead of paying you."
Well, I don't think you should be exposing yourself to people who work for you. That's like a sexual harassment problem.
I'm like, oh man, yeah.
All right. I mean, don't be like that guy in Everything Everywhere where, he's got fighting with his dick out.
Working with that too.
Working with... full-time job plus 5 D&D game, but sure. Wait a minute, Greg. I know he began a new one today, actually, the one he was asking us about, I think, earlier today. But you have 4... Well, one of them is your show, obviously, that you do. You have 3 other... Oh, my God. You're doing 5 D&D games right now? He's not DMing all those. He's playing in some of them.
I can imagine. Being a character makes it easier. That's more fun.
Yeah. So at one point when I first got into it, I had 4 games going on just as a player. And I was like, this is too much. I gotta cut down on this. But I mean, listen, if you love it and you can fit it in, great. All power to you. I just found wow, this is a lot of games. I can't keep track of them all. I'm not working for anyone I can expose to. Wait, does that mean he wants to expose himself or does not want to expose himself?
I don't know. That one's a bit ambiguous there.
Yes.
Greg. 4 streams, DMing 2 to 3. Wow. Oh, 3
wow,
streams.
That's a lot.
Wow.
DM, that is, oh, okay. That's a lot, yeah. I know HR is human resources. What's EO?
Employee something? I don't know. Employee
outreach.
Outreach.
Who knows?
Ombudsman? Is it the employee ombudsman?
Oh, the ombudsman. I like that.
Yeah.
It's not a word. That's not a word you get to say every day.
No, not really. Not a word you can. It's a hard word to say.
Ombudsman. Yeah, that is very hard.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much. Thank you for everybody who's watching earlier. I know some of you guys had to leave and it was getting late, but thank you everybody who's watching live and who's watching in post. If you are watching in post, you can always give us your thoughts in the comment section. So tell us what you thought about any of these movies if you've seen them, or if you have about the Star Wars, Star Trek stuff, Stranger Worlds. I would certainly love to hear your comments on that. I hope tell me if you get a chance to check it out ever, Francis. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on it. I don't know if you ever, but also seriously, Halo is one of the best shows out there. Like, I'm loving Halo.
Again, another divisive show, which I find very interesting.
So again, I don't read any of this shit because I don't fucking want to know. I don't care. The people I've talked to have liked it, although Craig, who the games, I think has some issues with it. Is it people who play the games are having the issues? Have you found, or no?
I don't know what their history with the game is more than it I mean, because it's already touted as not being related to the games anyway. So I think people go into it knowing.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, they're saying they're doing their own story base, their own like version of it.
Right, but they don't like apparently. You know, Master Chief took his helmet off, and like that's a no, right? You should never take. He never.
So
take his
I was surprised how early he took it off, and then how frequently he does it.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting more of a Mandalorian thing, like he was going to keep on for a very long time. Yeah. But now that I'm used to it, it's totally fine. I'm totally fine.
Good night, Kathy.
Oh, good night, Kathy. Thank you so much for watching. Yes, we'll see you next Wednesday for regular Super Heat Up. I just think the story's great. Again, the CG is the best I've ever seen. The acting's really good. John Mastro and I were talking about Cortana last night. She might be my favorite thing. Cortana, who's the same actress who's played her for years in the video games and stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, because I was talking about this with John yesterday for the first time ever, I actually talked to Cortana on my computer. I've never done that before. I just wanted to see it. It's the same voice. It's her. It's her. Yep. But I was trying to ask her stuff about the Halo show. I was like, Cortana, what do you think about the new Halo series? And she's like, I'm sorry, I don't have enough, or like, I'm not, I don't know. She didn't know anything about it. I was hoping they would actually program something about Halo, into her.
Cortana of the virtual assistants is probably the dumbest one in the sense of it doesn't have its own personality as much as.
That's a shame. Because in the show, she has a great personality, Cortana, in the show.
And the reason why they didn't develop it is because they know most people don't use it. Because Windows doesn't have these home like systems.
The home version, have,
like
Alexa or something, right?
Yeah, like Alexa has a speaker, and Apple has a speaker, and even Google has a speaker. So there's all these speakers that can hear you.
Mm-hmm. You're probably right. Thanks, Jazz. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Are we going? The Price is Right. Well, Francis was on The Price is Right, but I don't know.
I can ever find the footage. Yeah, it's out there.
No, okay. This is what John was talking. He's being really Cortana is hot. I can't lie. Is it like I like big butts and I cannot lie?
I think that was one of the original complaints was that Cortana looked too human and didn't look blue enough.
Didn't look blue?
Yes.
No, well, she's a hologram. Oh, but I'd rather have her look human. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, again, these maybe they're purists, the game purists, or like.
I think some of it's game purism. I think, but you're always going to get that. I get it.
Yeah.
Again, I've only played very little Halo because I don't like first-person shooters. So I'm going in with like, dude, just tell a great story, tell awesome characters, which they're doing. Like seriously, like it's fucking great.
I'm hold on. Let me look this up real quick. Then
I've never played a Halo game though. Jerry says the Fall of Reach was great, but it's different for the TV show. Oh, is that the animated one, Jalou? Because they did that, I think. Because the Master guy was not supposed to take his helmet off, let alone all the clothes. Wait a minute. I don't. Does he take off his clothes?
I don't
I
know.
don't remember that.
So, well, I just want to see what the Rotten Tomato score for Halo series was.
Yeah, you can share.
Top critics. So top critics.
Oh
give it
wait,
a
so they
41
do top critics and then normal every critics. Is that what they
and
do?
all critics. Yeah.
Okay,
So top critics 41%.
no, that sucks. Okay.
Audience score 55. All critics 70. So
Oh, interesting. So the all critics is the highest.
it's all critics. So yeah, all the non-professional ones, like the people who have blogs and stuff, they seem to like it a lot.
So and the audience is fairly split. Fairly split,
Yeah.
basically sounds like.
So here's the consensus. Critics' consensus. Halo is too derivative of better science fiction series to emerge a fully formed elite. But glimmers of promise and faithfulness to the source material signal it's not out of the fight just yet. Wow. That's rather harsh.
I mean, well, listen, I don't. Again, that's why I don't read this stuff because I'm like, why do I care what this one person says, right? That doesn't mean I mean, that's fine. That's their opinion. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's great.
Well, yeah, look, again, just like with everything else, there's things like people love Picard, right? This is like
Yeah, some people do and some people don't.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, this is-
Again, like that's okay though. We should have different opinions, right? Like we're talking about with movies and stuff. Absolutely.
but then, you know what happens when people have enough differing opinions?
Yes. What?
Cowboy Bebop happens, and they cancel it after a season.
Well, not always. Right?
Not always, but
Well, I think part of the issue is the people who really hated it were very vocal. That didn't help.
that's true.
Also, Netflix was. I mean, we've talked about just how dumb it was to pull it, to announce it, even to announce the cancellation, even if you were going to do it. Just so stupid. That can happen. I don't. Yeah, you're right. It can, but I don't know. I don't know. What are you going to do, right? I mean, I'm still super bummed about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, because I plenty of people I talk to, really love the show.
Yeah, like for instance, the latest Fantastic Beasts movie, lot of panning, considered terrible. I enjoyed
But
it.
you enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah. So again, Sam was in the chat. She thinks it's the best one of the three.
I think it's the best one of the three too. Yeah.
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 So I mean,
But that's also not saying much because
she enjoyed it.
In comparison to the Harry Potter movies, yeah, maybe they're not as good, but I still enjoy them. I think it's a great kind of look at adults being wizards and witches and like cool. I don't have to see classes and them learning stuff. They know everything already, and I get to see people who know what they're doing, navigate the world, and I think that's fun.
Sure. If you don't like first-person shooter, then play Halo Wars, which is a real-time shooter. Okay, a real-time strategy.
Yeah.
Sorry. Fall of Reach was a live-action mini-movie made before Halo 4. Okay, thanks, Jalou.
Yep.
Greg is not a huge first-person shooter fan either. I like either builder games or tabletop games. I'm with you with tabletop for sure. RPGs are my favorite in video games and tabletop. Thankfully, Paramount doesn't seem cancel happy. So that's a good point.
No. Yeah.
So hopefully some of these other networks like HBO Max, which I actually think has the best stuff. I think that's the best streaming right now. Paramount, hopefully these ones will give shows a chance because Netflix is like becoming the new Fox, I think, in terms of canceling things.
Well, I mean, they're struggling anyways.
Yeah, they lost so many. I know I saw the last quarter thing. They lost a lot of people and subscribers, I mean.
Yeah.
I don't...
And they're predicted to lose even more.
Yeah, they predict a lot more for the year, right? Yeah. I mean, whatever. There's a whole model with their model. I think is not the greatest.
No,
it's not sustainable in the long term. I guess I think is the problem.
They do a binge model, which is not good.
But these other networks are not. Well,
they do.
Some are high. HBO does a little bit of a hybrid sometimes. They'll do like 3 or 2 in a week. Paramount only does a 1 a week. They always do that.
But the 3 or 2 a week is similar to network television, where they do a 2-hour special for the first episode of a TV show, right? Like usually the season starts off with a 2-hour.
But then
special.
they usually go 1 episode after that, right? And HBO has a tendency to keep doing 2 a week though for certain shows.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. Not all shows they don't do that for, right? Some shows they only do 1 a week. It depends. They're like, I guess, they're experimenting. Yeah. Netflix stock tanked to Jason, John, did you have Netflix stock? Is that what you're saying, Hug?
Oh.
Michael, are you just waking up, or do you not want us to talk about Netflix?
I get you. Yeah, this is more.
I don't know. Maybe he's just waking up and he's like, "Oh, I'm just joining you. Welcome to the show." Well, Michael, you missed us. We had a huge Star Wars and Star Trek chat at the beginning of the show a couple hours ago, and then we were talking about all the films. We're actually at the tail end of our show right now.
All right, Michael, but you also have to answer a very important question: peaches, butter, vagina.
Yes, right. That's the big question of the night. Does a peach look more like a butter vagina? Yeah. I like binge, but I think weekly is better for the show. And if it's better for the show, it means it's more likely to continue. So weekly is better for the consumer.
I do too. I think weekly is the preferred method just because we're used to it, and plus it allows for more hype. We talk about it for much longer if it's a weekly episode versus if it's binges, then you talk about it for the 1 week and then you never talk about it again. So it never builds up that hype.
Yeah, I agree. Weekly is better. Here's the thing, though. There's a certain portion of the population that's not used to that. They are used to binging because they grew up with Netflix, or they're so used to watching everything on Netflix that for the viewer, they're like, yeah, why wouldn't I want to watch the whole show if I love it, right? And they want to get the binging, but for the show itself, for TV in general, it's bad. Yeah. Because what Netflix does do, you gotta make a million shows. And they don't hit right away, they're done. Yeah. They're going to be axed. And that's just so hard to do, and it costs so much money. And Netflix, by the way, they've raised their prices twice in like a couple months or a few months.
6 months, I think, yeah.
And eventually, particularly with the state of the economy, right? People are going to be like, which they're doing already, I guess, right? They're like, no, I can't afford this anymore.
they're taking
competition.
Down. Well, no, they're kind of going after people who have share accounts. Like that's kind of the bread and butter of Netflix. That's right. People share their accounts. Like that's what people do. And
see, I actually go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue.
Well, I'm just saying that's something that happens simply because people, families especially, have people who live in different parts of, their daughter, their son wants it, or their parents, right? And they live in a different state or something. They want to share that stuff with them because their parents. Some parents aren't as tech savvy, so they're just like, here, just take this account. Don't worry about it. I got you covered. I'll set it up when I get there. Just click this button. You're done. I think that's what I think a lot of people do in that regard. But to crack down on that means you're going to lose a lot of subscriptions because that's just how they want to live.
I actually don't have a problem with Netflix doing that because I don't think they're trying to stop families from watching. I think they're fine with that. I think they want to stop sharing with all your friends. Which I'm in favor of, just like I think you should not take our author's books and send it around to everybody for free. I don't think, and again, I know I'm probably in the minority because I pay for every single thing. When even people offer to use their passwords, I actually say, thank you, I appreciate that. If I'm going to watch it, I'm going to pay for it myself. I'm going to have my own account, and I do for everything I stream. Because that's the only way I think art continues is if you pay for it. And if everyone's going to start using it for free, well, guess what, guys? It's going to go away. They're not going to be able to. That's my thing. I think I pay for what I watch. Art is a job, just like anything else, and you should pay for it.
Yeah,
I'm okay with families sharing it.
Right.
All right, and maybe like one person you can share it with, but I don't blame them if they're like, we don't want you sharing this with a million people. Like,
but I think that number of people who just share with their friends is so minuscule in relation to the people who share with their family. I actually think,
yes, I think most people share with their family.
I think that's the vast majority of people who share passwords and their accounts.
But is it really that bad? Even if they do say only share it with your household, I don't really think they're being evil. I
don't think they're being evil, but they're also. But then the expectation is like, well, okay, again, the parents live in another state or even just another county or another city. I mean, but and they're retired and they have limited income already. It's like, here, mom, you're 75 and you're not working and you're getting, Social Security. I'll pay for your freaking $20 a month. Like, no big deal. I got you covered.
I'm okay with that. I don't think that is that really what their issue is. They don't want that kind of situation.
I think there's enough people doing that that yes, that is their issue because they don't know who the people are. That they're just accounts to them. Yeah. It doesn't matter who owns them. They don't.
I know. Here's the thing. This situation you're describing, though, I get what you're saying, but I don't know how many people really fall into that category. Oh, my elderly mom who has no money and also is not tech savvy.
Or just even like your brother or sister or something. It's like, hey, bro, can I have your account? Like, yeah, whatever. Of course, you're my brother. Here, have my account information. Like, why wouldn't?
But should you be able to say, oh, here's my brother, here's my two sisters, here's my parents. I'm going to give it to everybody.
Well, they could always do it.
I'm going to give it to my best friend as well. Now, once I do that.
Well. Okay.
I mean, well, they sometimes already police us, right? Because can't you only have 2 streams at a time operating?
That's the thing, right? You can only have 2 streams at a time anyway. It's not like they're like, you can give it to as many people as you want, but then nobody can watch it then. Because if 4 people are watching it,
because you're all watching at the same time,
automatically.
And then you got to be like, oh, mom, can you get off the
Well, it's not even that. Your account gets flagged and probably suspended because, like, oh, we see that you're giving it to 6 different people. So I think that it is more like, oh, I'm going to give it to the one person over here, my one relative over there, my 2 relatives.
I'm okay with that. But again, I don't think are they stopping that for you to give it to one person?
I think so because they're losing money. Because if
I have to look more into exactly I don't know exactly what the rules are that they did.
Because I think everyone does it. But everyone gives it to 1 or 2 people. It's not they're giving it to 6 people. They're giving it to because again, you're right.
I'm just saying. I wish we would get more into a thing where we don't expect everything for free. That's always been my point. Because it hurts independent people like us more. Netflix will survive. Mm-hmm. You know, they're a big company. But when it's more independent things, like A24 or even us, right, or independent artists, if you're going to get it for free, you're really hurting those artists.
No, that's true. That's what I'm saying about the exposure thing, right? Like, hey, yeah, let me use your stuff for exposure, right? Like, no, that doesn't help me at all. I need money. I don't need exposure. I don't care who sees my stuff because they're not going to buy it. You want my stuff, you should buy it from me, type of deal. So I think that's kind of that mentality, and I agree with that. You shouldn't be able to do that stuff. I think that in the form of Netflix, they have, a set number. They already have it policed in a way where only an X number of people can use it anyway.
Sure.
Right. So it's not. They're really what they're doing is yes. It would be better if every single person, even within their own household, should technically have their own account, right? Whatever. I feel like maybe that should be the case. Unfortunately, you're right. Yeah, people want it for free. The funny thing is, I don't think they even think of it that way, right? I think the average person doesn't look at it as like, well, somebody's paying for it already. I'm not getting it for free per se because, so-and-so is paying it already. Like they're giving them the money. I'm just using their account because, well, I'm there, whoever I am to this person.
Yes, you're right. The more we've gone digital, the more everyone kind of thinks, well, it's just there. What's
and
the
somebody's
problem?
paying for it already, right?
Yeah,
like
so what's the issue?
Yeah. And that's tough because, it's harder for other things, but that's why, when I went to the movies to watch Unbearable Weight, nobody was at the movies, right?
That's interesting. Me too. I went on a Saturday afternoon and nobody was at the theater at all virtually. I was like, what's happening? Maybe because it was a nice day here and for once. But tonight, Friday night, I didn't go to the movies, but the mall was crazy packed. The parking lot was, and not a lot of people were in the mall. They must have been in the movies.
Yeah, I actually drove by this mall that's by my work, and I'm like, oh, the parking lot's full again. Yeah. People must be going back to the mall.
I'm sorry. What was your point you're trying to make? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, my point is more
people are watching at home? Is that what you're trying to say?
More and more people are watching at home anyway. I think more and more people are consuming their media at home already.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that it would be better if people were paying individually for everyone's own account. I think that would be a much better solution. Unfortunately, we're in a world that everything's expensive, everything's kind of going up in price. We're there's inflation, there's this, that, and the other thing, all these other things that kind of make life tough. And I think even now more than ever, people are like, fine, then I just won't pay for Netflix. Fine, I guess I just won't pay for this stuff. Do I really need it? No.
Now you gotta make choices. And I don't want to be unsympathetic to. I get it. If you have a relative or friend and maybe they're going through some financial hard times, because I certainly did through COVID. If you want to help them out, dude, that's very nice. I get that. I'm not like against that with a password or something, right? So I'm just it's like a little bit too proliferate, I think. And again, right, I think most people just don't. They could afford it, but you're right. It's like, well, I can get it for free, so why wouldn't I?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And again, they don't feel guilty because like, well, so and so is paying for it. So and so is willing to bite the bullet for me, and I get to reap the rewards.
Although, unfortunately, some of my friends don't even do that. They just pull it off online somehow. I don't know, these pirate sites or whatever.
Here's the funny thing: pirate's still big. Pirating is still a huge thing.
I don't even know how this works. I guess are there certain sites you can search for these, like, because they watch, some people I know watch some of these streaming shows. They don't have the password. They just find the shows online somehow, like the pirated version.
Oh yeah. A lot of these shows are like, remember when Game of Thrones was like a big show? That was the number 1 pirated show, even though it was accessible through HBO. It was the number 1 pirated show up until through its 8th season. Like everyone was stealing that show, and yet, like, I don't know how they made money because again, people were stealing it. So I don't know. A lot of technologists are just under the impression that this is the world we live in now. People will steal, and if you make it, even if you make it easily accessible, there's going to be a group of people there who's going to steal it, and they weren't going to pay for it anyway. The people who are streaming it and stealing it, they weren't going to pay for your product anyway. So you're really not losing profit because the people who are willing to pay it would have done so, right?
I get that argument, but I don't think that's true for every single person, because I know some people, I think if they couldn't pirate it, they love this certain thing so much, they would have paid for it if they really had to.
But then why don't they? If they
That is my question. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. So and I don't bring it up because I feel like we're going to get a fight, and because I'm friends, but I don't want to get into a fight with my friends about this issue.
Oh, because if you can afford it, like for me, I will pay for it if I can. If I want something, I'll just buy it. But I get it. But that's the thing. We're different in that way. I think most people. Yeah.
But I mean,
you're right. Anyway,
let me share some chats. Yeah. Netflix is like 17 billion in debt. Chat says, "Holy shit, I didn't know that."
Yeah, they've been working at a loss for a long time.
Greg says, "I don't believe in pirating at all. As someone who makes software and creative content, I don't want people to steal it. Netflix allows you to buy multiple streaming options, which we do with my brother. You can buy more streams, which maybe that's their solution." Oh, is it like, can you add an extra stream to what or something?
I guess so. I don't know.
Or maybe they're higher priced tier or something.
There must be tiers where you can allow for more devices. That's probably what
I'll tell you what I don't love about Netflix is that all the other ones like HBO Max, my normal subscription gets me 4K, and Netflix, I can't even get HD unless I go up a step from the basic plan. And then 4K is the third step up. Like, come on, guys. Jesus Christ.
Well, they had the monopoly for a while, so they felt they can get away with it.
Yeah, that's another of their problems, right? Now, finally, and it took them a long time, but all these places are catching up, and now they got all this competition. And they're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, and I was early on HBO Max, and a lot of people didn't believe me, but I was like thinking like they're gonna work. Warner Brothers is gonna make this work. Warner, and I think they are, man. I think they're the fastest growing from the stats I've seen and stuff.
Yeah, HBO specifically, Warner Brothers not so much as a whole, sadly. But
they just got bought out, right? Are they getting bought out?
Yeah, they got bought out by Discovery, I think.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's go to Mall Song by Robin H. How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, yes. Higher cost of living, people will be cutting unnecessary costs, yes. Pirating is a great way to get a virus. On your computer, that's probably true, right? I'm assuming.
Pirating is kind of a very good way of getting a virus. I think any virus I've ever gotten from a computer, back in the day, I used to pirate. Sure, Napster was a thing.
Napster kind of started it all, right?
Yeah.
Well, and also, if you were a pirate back in the day, you also probably a good way to get a virus because you had unsafe sex,
And you got scurvy.
Yes. Great way to get viruses if you're a pirate on the high seas.
Yeah.
I do remember when AOL bought out Time Warner.
They did, yeah.
But wait, and then, hang on. Didn't someone else bought them out recently?
Because everyone's buying out everyone, really.
Didn't AOL sell them to someone else, right?
I don't remember who, but you're
can't
probably
keep
right.
track of all
Yeah.
this. I think the app most used on our TV is YouTube. Oh, interesting. You know what? And I never use the app, the YouTube app. I always just go through the computer. I guess I'm just so used to it.
Yeah, I do. Well, I don't have a TV, so yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right. Need those oranges. Is this like a peach thing? Do you want to know what an orange looks like?
I don't know. I don't know what those oranges are, but if you need them, go get. Oh, for the scurvy. Yeah, because citrus is the cure to scurvy. Yeah.
Now wait, did it actually cure it, or did it just kind of help?
Yeah, it prevented it. Yeah. So if you, the only thing that pirates need, or the only people that needed it at sea were like lemons and oranges to prevent scurvy. Yeah.
Oh, really? So if you ate a lot of those, you would not get scurvy?
Yeah, vitamin C, I guess, was the thing that they needed.
Yeah. All right. Okay, thanks, guest. Good to know. I don't even know what the hell scurvy was, really.
I don't know either. It must have been an intestinal thing, because.
Oh, yeah.
Because all you had to eat was,
That's the term limey. Oh, because you ate limes to get rid of it or prevent it?
Mm-hmm. Easiest thing to carry is limes, because they're small and they're compact, and you can get tons of them on a ship.
Yeah. Think of how many women could put down their shirts, or guys can put down their pants.
That's called stuffing. And they used to, when young girls in high school would stuff their bras to look bigger.
Oh, well, guys can stuff their Johnsons too.
Yeah, they put a sock there. And that's where they put their socks. Their what do you call it? Their.
Well, yeah, sock. What else are you calling it? Something else?
I know. Sock. I was trying to think of a clever, like, rhyming socks for cocks, but yeah, whatever.
Yes. Well, that's handy, because then when they masturbate, they can put the sock to catch.
I know, it's like there. It's like, yeah,
they jizz.
I love how innovative you are with that there, Jeff. I appreciate that.
Sure. Well, that's what I don't know. I've never done it, but people always, I would see like, oh yeah, use the sock to masturbate when you're a teenager or something in your bedroom.
It's not all over the place, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get it. You got to use something to catch it, ideally. Don't make a mess. Yeah.
Just like
tidy. Jocks. Oh, you beat it to it. I was just about to say it. Damn it. Jocks of the Mighty is very tidy. British soldiers would bring aboard lime bushes. Oh, all right. AT&T, thank you, bought Time Warner. And about 4 or 5 years ago, Charter bought Time Warner. Now it's Spectrum. Yes, I know that because that's what we have in my area.
Yeah, monopolies everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Monopolies everywhere.
Not good.
Yeah.
What is this? There's a thyroid health and lack of iodine, and thus why iodine is added to many table salts.
Yeah, for water. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, there was a interesting streaming. I like talking about streaming stuff. Actually, I find it very interesting, the different things and how entertainment has gone. And
yeah, I mean,
pretty much how I predicted, actually.
My guess now is that entertainment is going to be. I mean, more and more entertainment is just going to go. We're just going to subscribe to everything, and nothing is going to be a pay per thing. You're just going to subscribe to a network, even independent networks, and that's just how you get your stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess cable TV can only last certain time much longer.
Oh, cable TV is going to be gone soon. That doesn't have much life left. I mean, really, outside of live sports, it doesn't have much of a reason anymore. And some of these channels you can, like, actually on Paramount, I was watching the National Women's Soccer League the other day. You can some of the stuff and some other, and you can stream right on that channel. Yeah. By the way, can I say, Julie, you appreciate this? I'm pissed off that I move away from San Diego, and now San Diego gets a soccer team. They just started a National Women's Soccer Team. Really? Wow.
The San Diego Wave, National Women's Soccer Team. This is their first season. They just started playing recently. And Alex Morgan, famous U.S. Olympian, my favorite player, is on the team. Wow. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Of course this happens. I would have loved that. And they're playing in the University of San Diego Stadium right now. They have their own stadium built. Wow. I was like, I got to move back to San Diego now. For many other reasons too. All right, Michael did not like our streaming chat apparently, but he likes scurvy talk. A disease caused by lack of vitamin C, characterized by general weakness, anemia, gum disease, and skin hemorrhages. Oh, that doesn't sound fun.
That sounds like a blast.
Yeah. Oh, but I guess it sounds like you can maybe survive it, or I guess if you get maybe enough sea.
Well,
Afterwards.
no. I mean,
No?
I think there was a lot of death at sea
Was
because of
it?
scurvy.
Oh, but I mean, what if maybe if you got to shore and you got treated, maybe you could survive it?
Well,
You think?
possibly. If it's a lack of vitamin C,
You
yeah.
could just
I
drink
guess
get
as
a lot
long
of
as you
oranges.
yeah, as long as I guess you get the fruit in you'll be okay. Like you can recover from scurvy. But I can't imagine.
Inject it up your butt.
Well,
Like that guy does in everything. Hey, yeah, anal plug could be used maybe to squeeze the oranges, like break the oranges open and the juices.
apparently, there was a time a couple decades ago where people were ingesting alcohol up their butt because it quickly absorbed into the body that way.
So because they could get drunker quicker.
Yeah, it was called butt chugging. You would get a funnel and a tube, and then you would just put it up your butthole, and then you would pour like vodka, and
That
you
can't
just get
be
drunk
a good idea.
really, really fast. You get drunk super duper fast because it goes straight into the bloodstream.
But so I guess those people didn't really care about the taste. Then they just wanted to get drunk.
I don't think anyone really likes the taste of alcohol more than they.
Well, some people like. I mean, beer. A lot of times they don't, right? But wine, obviously, some people really like wine, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Although that's harder to get drunk off of, right? Well, I guess maybe because you sip it, you do it slower. I don't drink any of this.
Yeah.
Stuff, so
Well, it goes through. It goes through your entire, your entire esophagus, and it goes out.
No, I just mean wine compared to beer. Is it?
Oh.
I don't know. I don't actually know the alcohol content. Beer actually doesn't have a high alcohol content usually, right?
Usually about 4 to 6%. While wine, I think.
So you actually got to drink a decent amount of beer, right? To get depending again on your weight and your body and all that stuff.
But the purpose of beer really, I think, is it doesn't get you drunk quickly.
It gives you a little buzz.
But it gets you something. Yeah, it gets you buzz, and it gets you something. It gives you something to do. Right, that is easy to drink for a lot of people. Beer is very easy to drink.
I have nothing to do unless I'm drinking.
No, but it's easy to drink. Like it's easy to drink. And it's like social. Like
it's like a soda social. Can. Yeah.
As opposed to while
Craig isn't giving this up.
Diabetes. But yeah.
He also says an estimated 2 million sailors died of scurvy between 1500 and 1800. All right, that's a serious disease then.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Fresh fruit is hard to come by on the ocean, especially when we only move a few knots an hour.
That's true. And keeping them alive.
Fresh water too.
And that's why they would use the giant tortoise, right? The giant tortoise not only provided giant tortoise. Yeah. So the giant tortoise it took forever for the giant tortoise to get a scientific name because every time they tried to bring a giant tortoise from islands back to wherever they came from.
You mean like the Galapagos stuff? That kind of
like Galapagos or whatever. Yeah. They would eat the tortoise because apparently giant tortoise is absolutely delicious. Apparently better than all types of meats and butters and all that stuff. Like one of the best foods out there, which is why it's, I guess, now nearly extinct, I guess. But apparently the giant tortoise, delicious. And it has a bladder of fresh water in its body. And it holds about a gallon of fresh water in its body. So you can have a giant tortoise, kill it, eat it, drink its water, and you'll be fine in the ocean for many years.
Great.
For many
great. A gallon of water?
A gallon of water, yeah.
A gallon of water is not going to last long at all, though.
No, but I mean, you don't have to drink much, really.
I mean, if it's just you, but if you have a whole crew,
Well, that's why you have several of them. You don't have just the one.
Oh God! Can we stop killing all these tortoises? Jesus.
Well, there's none left to kill except for like maybe one or two.
There's a few, right?
There's a few out there. It's
They're protected now, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now Michael wants to go back to Netflix.
So Netflix.
Jeez, Michael. How about Netflix and scurvy? Maybe the Netflix will do a show about scurvy. You have to drink your pee like in Waterworld. Oh, he did do that, didn't he? He recycled his urine. You can do that. You can totally recycle that.
Because it's sterile, but you're not supposed to drink it in excess. But yeah, in a pinch, it'll work. Because there's a lot of saline in urine usually.
So Scorpio drinks a lot of craft beer. It can be anywhere from 7 to 10% alcohol typically, and it's delicious.
Yeah. See, so a lot of people like beer as a delicious, refreshing beverage. Which I don't get, but
yeah, not my thing. That's all right.
Yeah.
John. Oh my God, you're not going to believe what John just did for us.
What do you do?
Hang on.
Do we have a certified Freff?
Oh, you guessed it. Look at you. So, John, oh my God, you're amazing. I can't believe he did this while we were doing the show. Actually, John did some awesome postcards for my Riley Rose Erotica,
Oh, very nice.
RileyRoseErotica.com. Go check it out. But he's a wizard, and you're a wizard, Harry. Here it is. Certified Freff.
No, wow.
John, that's amazing. Thank you so much, dude. You are the
Very
man.
nice. Good job, man. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Ooh, we got like the best viewers and friends in the world.
Yeah.
All right.
Coors Light, like water. Yeah.
Now we can put that up when we certify something to Freff. This is gonna be great.
We're gonna have to stamp everything.
It does look like a stamp too, right?
Well, that's the point, right?
Yeah, I
it's
know.
supposed
Yeah, that's good. But he did a great job.
Very nice.
Oh, maybe like from Vistaprint, we can order a stamp of it. We can go around at cons doing it, or we can put people on the forehead if they really want to. We can say, "You are certified Freff."
Like, we're here to stamp cleavage. Let's see if your cleavage is
All
certified.
right.
Freff.
Jeez, I'm doing foreheads. You're doing boobs. All right, I'll do butts then.
All right, there you go.
Guys and girls, anybody.
Yeah, of course.
Both cheeks
Yeah.
are certified Freff.
Pop, pop.
Pop, pop.
Yeah.
All right. I like Coors Light. It's refreshing like water. Okay. Oh, this is good. Modern ships make their own non-salt water can be chemically sanitized. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, John. John is the man. All right. You are certified Freff, John. You're getting the first stamp on your ass. Okay, maybe you don't want that, but all right. All right, there we go. That was I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
I just
Talking about
like Oh, good.
What?
Good job,
What?
Scorpio. Crack a cold one. Hope it's a PBR. No, I hope it's not.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. Is that what that is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What do
Or
you just like that we did what?
A natty light.
A nutty light?
Natty. Natural.
Yes, Jalou did get to meet John and Tyler, his son, at Comic Fest. What are you glad about that we went on a tangent, crazy tangents?
I love it. I love that we go on tangents about everything.
Yes, and we're gonna do Tangent Tales. Maybe we'll do it next week since we're gonna do it this Wednesday. But
are we rescheduling?
I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Let me see.
Okay.
But Natty Light from Utah. It's super watered down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's an actual beer.
Mm-hmm.
Natty Light. Is Natty the name of the woman who owns the company?
Natural. No.
Oh, it's called Natural Light.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, why couldn't something be called Natty? Natty's a name.
Natty's a name. Yeah, Natty's a name.
I like that better than Natural Light. Hey, excuse me for not being an expert on beers.
Or yeah. I'm gonna be even though I had a lovely beer with dinner with John and everyone and yourself,
What?
and we had a beer at the.
Did you order a beer?
I did.
Oh,
a
you
little small
did.
one,
That's
remember?
right.
That
Because
little
you
3 ounce.
said, "Oh, wait. I thought you don't drink, or only occasionally
A
you do."
taster. Yeah, very occasional. Yeah.
Yes, I remember now. Yes.
So wait, is there D&D next Friday? Sure, I guess. I don't know. That's for you guys. I don't play D&D.
Oh, you mean with your game, Greg? Well, I would accept. Normally I have my own game I'm in, which I invited Greg to, but he has his thing on Friday, so I actually had to skip it today. So normally we have our own different games we play on
I know you have
Friday.
competing games, guys. Stop it.
I know. Geez, everyone wants to do stuff on Fridays.
And you guys are in the same time zone, so it's not like you can go like, I'll go at this time, you'll go at this time. You're all at the same time. Yeah. Oh, just us
Wait.
two? Okay.
Huh? Wait, what?
He wants us to do the game next Friday with just the three of us.
Oh, wait. Oh, you're not going to do your normal game, Greg? You want to do like a streaming game with just us? Wait, what happened to your game that you played? Or maybe you forgot. I don't know. Hey, we'll definitely we would love to stream something sometime though, a game, and like I said, come on your show. I'm still waiting to do that Italian accent.
I know.
on your show,
Gotta get that
and
Italian
Francis
going.
can be Sean Connery on it.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter what my impression is; it'll all be Sean Connery. So that's right.
Yes, he thinks everything is Sean Connery. Right?
I
You
think
do?
all of mine are. Yeah.
So cores and natural lights are like making love in a canoe.
What, impossible? Not impossible, but really risky.
I'm imagining making love in a canoe. So, I mean, if you both lay down and distribute your weight, throughout the canoe, it's doable. Tricky. You have to,
Too much. I think it's too much.
You think it's too much?
Yeah.
I think you could do it. You got to go slow. Nice and easy. I mean, you're right. It's hard. If you get too into it, then you're probably tipping it. But if you're down below, the weight's it's not a problem to tip it.
Well, I still think it'll be.
I don't get it, but yes, very yes. Oh, the canoe thing.
Yeah.
All right, listen. You didn't think The Rock can be. I have to prove that The Rock is on steroids, and I got to prove you can make love in a canoe. All right, any ladies out there that would like to test this out? I don't think there's any ladies in the chat period right now.
Love in an elevator, love in a canoe.
Well, love in an elevator. That's easy. Michael J. Fox didn't see it because of my success. Oh no, he got changed in the elevator. Sorry. You can do love in an elevator. Love in an elevator is easy. I mean, the problem is when the doors open and other people want to get on.
But that's the thrill of it. Yeah, is the potential to get caught. But Aerosmith sang a song called "Love in an Elevator."
I know. Yes, I know what you're referencing. That's a good song. Aerosmith rocks, man. If the canoe is a rockin', probably call the police because people are probably going to go. I mean, call the emergency, the lifeguard, because they may need rescuing. Is what I meant.
Yeah, that's it.
Pixar doesn't happen.
Yeah, well, that's always the case.
Yeah, that's true.
You always have to have pics, otherwise it didn't happen.
Fucking close to water. That's a Monty Python joke. I don't know. I haven't seen many.
You haven't seen enough. No, Life of.
I've only seen Holy Grail. Elevator is easy. It's stopping it and putting it in independent mode that makes it your own private room.
That's true.
Oh, well, you need to get the the fireman's key for that.
No, there should be a way to stop it without the key, I think.
There should not be, actually. I
think there is.
Well, there's an emergency call button, but that's if it gets stuck.
Yeah,
I don't think there should be an
elevator.
What? Yeah, I mean, look, an elevator can break down, but there should be no way a normal person can stop it because why would you do that? That's not good to stop an elevator.
So if you hit the emergency button, does it call anyone or does it just stop the elevator?
I don't know. It doesn't. Here's the thing. I don't think that stops it. The emergency button is if you're stuck, it's supposed to call to someone to get you help, like a fire station or something. I mean, I don't know. I need some elevator operators to chime in here. You got stuck in an elevator? How long?
20 minutes, I guess.
By yourself or with other people?
By myself.
Oh, that sucks.
And it's weird because you don't know what to do.
Is this an elevator? Is it stuck in an elevator? I don't know what that is.
No, that's a guy shrugging.
A short guy shrugging?
That's a guy just shrugging.
Oh, shrugging. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Chaz. Thank you for watching, man. We'll see you Wednesday.
I know. Yeah, we're going long. So
what Australians think of American beer? That's like making love with a canoe. Okay, gotcha.
All right.
It was weird. You said being stuck.
No, I said it was. Yeah, it's frightening. No, it's scary. It's a very scary experience because you don't know if you'll ever get out.
Did you hit was there a button you could hit?
Yeah, I called the. So if you call the button, if you do the call button, it doesn't go to emergency services. It goes to the elevator company.
Oh, okay.
They call emergency services if necessary. So.
But did you get through right away?
Yeah, it goes straight through. Yeah, you know.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And then someone came and did the elevator get working again, or did they actually have to pry the door?
Well, luckily the elevator just for some reason started to move slowly back to the first floor, and I'm like,
and you were able to get off.
And I was able to get off. I'm like, okay. I'm not doing that again.
That's good.
So, yeah.
You're like, I'm only taking stairs from now.
Yeah.
Actually, did you not use an elevator for a while after that?
I didn't. I didn't use an elevator for quite some time after that.
I can imagine.
Was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Yeah. Now I use elevators all the time. Screw it. I don't need extra.
You're a daredevil. Let's see. Scorpio used to work for a security alarm company. Oh, good. People would press the elevator emergency button and a call would ring to our call center to dispatch. There you go, like what you're saying. Right. But it doesn't stop it, right? Yeah, that's to get into contact with someone. Independent mode allows one to keep doors open. But he says, well, yes, but again, one of my friends actually is a firefighter or an emergency tech person. He said there's like a key firefighters have that. Number one, they can get into buildings. They get into buildings, and also they can access elevators.
I know there's a panel. There is a panel.
But I think you need a key, right, to access that panel.
I don't remember because I
remember seeing like a little keyhole. I thought.
No, there is. There's a keyhole specifically that turns it on that there's like
Yes,
people.
because it says something like for things for
Yeah, but there's also a box underneath that, but I don't remember what the box is for. I wonder if because there wasn't a
so
phone.
I guess there's
next
an
to an
actual
elevator.
phone.
No. I was gonna say
Because that's just usually there's a speaker thing usually in it.
yeah, there's a speaker box. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody, when you're in elevators, really pay attention to everything that's in it. Don't try to fuck around with it though. All right, guys, don't fuck around.
No.
All right. Wow, we are really all over the place on tangents tonight. All right. So, loving an elevator, I guess, is a good place to stop the show for tonight. Because stop on Aerosmith and making love. That's a good time. Think anybody ever made love in an elevator while playing the song "Love in an Elevator"?
I'm pretty sure it played on the radio, like in the overhead speakers, and then they're like, "Oh, I guess we got to do this now."
Yes.
And then they did. I guarantee somebody did.
Yeah. Good for them. All right, there you go, folks. That's our show. Wow, I had no idea it was so late. I was not looking at the clock at all. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking with us. Well, it's kind of like we did two shows. We did the film show, and we also did like a half SGU show.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you guys. If you're watching live or in post, thank you so much. This is our special Friday, Freff Friday Funtime Film Fiesta. That's what it is. Fiesta. And you know what? It was Cinco de Mayo yesterday, right? So that's a fiesta, right?
Yes. Arriba.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll be back normal on Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific for our normal Super Geeked Up show. Who is coming on? Aaron Dowan. He is a comics writer and podcast host. All right, cool. So we'll have him on. And then our guest from Wednesday is going to come on 2 weeks with another author he knows who was already planned for that week. So we'll have two of them on. So
Nice.
Yes, so that works out great. And then it's going to be a few weeks still, but we are going to have Marisa Wolf and Melissa Althoff back on for the next Night Thongs installment in the June 1st.
Even nicer. I love it.
Yes. What's nicer than Night Thongs? Nothing.
Nothing.
I didn't do anything, Jalou, except I tutored and I guess worked on writing stuff. I don't know. I don't really eat Mexican. I don't really like Mexican food that much. I don't really know what. I mean, there are places obviously here, but I don't really know the good ones. Did you do anything? No, nothing special for you. Then what about Martha? Do you know? Did she partake in any festivities in Mexico?
I don't know. I'll have to ask her. I was yesterday. I did like my second episode of that weird quiz show again because they had.
Oh, did they record it yesterday?
Yeah, we did that.
Oh wait, we're supposed to plug that shit. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, the loser circle or whatever.
What's it called? Indie Mayhem, right?
Indie Mayhem, yeah.
Okay,
so my first episode came out this past Tuesday.
Tell them what this is.
Indie Mayhem, Indie Mayhem is a game show in which it's all independent authors who come on and it's a silly game where they ask weird and unusual questions and you give like the silliest answer you possibly can. It's all about being silly, weird, and funny, and it's a great time. And I did my show. I did my episode recently. It's called The Best Show Yet, or Best Episode Yet, because we had a lot of fun. It was apparently longer than any episode they've ever recorded because we're all having so much fun. And then we did one again. That'll be in a few weeks where I lose again. I lost the first game and I lose
you're
again.
not supposed to reveal that.
Oh well,
right? Because it hasn't aired yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh well.
But
spoiler warning.
Yeah, just spoiler warning. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. But anyway, go check it out. It's fun. You watch it really just for the content and us being weird and funny. Like it's just it's kind of like it's Whose Line without the improv. It's like you're getting points for just being the weirdest person in the room, and it's fun. It's like really weird. Hey,
look who showed up! Right? Wow, Martha.
Martha, why say something?
Well, no, maybe you said you thought she was a Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah.
Maybe she got back.
Yeah. It's only American Holiday.
Did you see Doctor Strange, Martha? If you did, wait a minute. All right, I'm going to read that. Hang on. It's only an American holiday. In reality, for us, about a battle in a nearby state called Puebla, Americans came here trying to overthrow the government.
Yeah, so it's the battle.
Shit, it's only celebrated here?
Apparently.
Sorry, Martha. I did not know that. Someone gave me bad information.
Just like St. Patrick's Day.
I know. I was a DJ I listened to. I can't listen to those people.
Technically, St. Patrick's Day is also, I think, only celebrated.
Yeah, that's not in Ireland, right?
Not an Irish thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so yeah. So is that not? I guess not such a great day for you guys then in Mexico, Martha.
Well, they won.
Or did they
They
win?
won the
Okay,
battle.
they won. So it's okay then. All right, they won the
Yeah.
battle. Good, good,
Yeah.
good. Martha, did you see Doctor Strange like Francis said? If so, what'd you think?
She gave an answer.
Oh, there it was. I see. Yep, it was weird. Still trying to process it. Oh, we talked about weird movies today, so that's appropriate. Wait, they were trying to overthrow you over some cakes? The French? Wait, well, I mean, the French, they like their food, right? So,
If there's anything they love, it's they love their baguettes.
and their crepes. And maybe that's why we had some great crepes there in Tijuana.
I know. See, Martha, you can't get mad at us for eating crepes in Mexico because apparently that's what they're known for.
Well, maybe they kicked the French out, but they kept the crepe
French wanted.
recipe. They kept the crepe recipe after they kicked the French out.
The French were like, "Oh, Mexico has the better crepe recipe. We're going to invade them for a crepe recipe."
That was it. You're right. They were so pissed off. By the way, he's saying he's having difficulty. Oh, is your new podcast already out?
Yeah, but it's only in one place right now. It'll be up on the other places soon.
Is this the relationship one?
Yeah, I just registered it on a bunch of places, so it's going to take some time. So, Jalu, just wait for like a week before you access it on the other, because you don't have to use the Podbean thing to get it. You just wait a little bit.
What is the name of the new one?
Is This Love?
Oh, that's a good title. That's right. Is This Love? The song. So check out Is This Love and check out Indie Mayhem, where Francis appears as a weird guest.
I just love that Greg is so. I mean, Greg, you're diabetes, man. I just love that you're obsessed with that.
He's like he won't give up.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh, I love the baguettes, but diabetes. That's my French version.
That's your French Wilford Brimley.
Yes. But I want to hear New Francis sooner than later. Oh, it's New Francis. Okay.
Well, because it's a new. Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
I
want to be on the show.
Just wait. Just wait like a week or two and wait for that it'll show up.
May 5th, 1862, near Pueblo City, during the Second French intervention in Mexico.
Yeah. Oh, and be kind to the co-host, by the way. Brand new. I had to edit it because she was just so she's so new to this whole thing. So I had to edit it.
Well, yeah, we talked about kindness today, of course.
Yeah. So,
dude, it's tough when you're go. I'm sure she's
when you're not
great.
used to something. Yeah, you overthink everything, and it's like I get it.
Yeah.
So,
She's awesome. I can't wait to be a show with you guys.
Yeah.
I've been low carb for 10 years. It's basically my religion. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
He misses streaming. It's been really. Oh wow, he's having twitching problems because you better start streaming.
Whatever. I used to not produce content for like that long.
And fortunately, you get to see him here every week.
No,
and on every fucking
points of interest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But he wants your own thing, I guess.
Well,
it's you and what's her name? Your co-host?
Her name is Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
With an H?
No H.
No H. All right. It's called the Battle of the Cakes because it started because someone didn't want to pay for some cakes or something like that. I don't know, but for some reason Americans were like, I love Martha's explanations. These are the best. Martha needs to
no, it's
not.
It's another one. She's mistaking this for another one. She says it's not Cinco de Mayo. So it's not even the same battle.
Wait, so this is not about cakes? All right, what's the one about the cakes? That's the one I want to know about. I want to know about a battle about cakes. Someone didn't want to pay for cakes.
There is the worst part is there is a Mexican Independence Day, and Mexico celebrates it, but the U.S. doesn't, which is weird because when is
that? Do you know?
I don't remember, Martha. When is Mexico? Because it's like there's an actual Mexican Independence Day, like it exists and it's real. But
I'm sure certain Mexicans who are in the U.S. probably celebrate it, right?
Yeah, but why is it not? But there's
not the big one.
Good, yeah, like that should be the day we celebrate, not
rather than Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that would make sense.
I'll look it up.
Battle of the Cakes sounds like a great Girls Gone Wild segment. What? Jeez.
I mean, yeah. Oh, September 15th. Okay.
All right. Cool.
So
Americans did come there, invaded Mexico City, 1847, but we don't talk about that.
Oh yeah.
Well, there was the whole Mexican-American War, and then they see, Texas and everything, and parts of California and stuff. Yeah. The fireworks in Tijuana are massive on September 15th. Oh, wow, that's cool. That's when we should have went to Tijuana. With all these cool fireworks. All right. Let's see here. All right, cool. Well, all right. I don't know. So there we go. There's some Mexican.
Are we gonna go for 4 hours?
I don't know. Like what? I'm trying to think. What other tangent? We got some Mexican
No.
history.
Let's not go for 4 hours.
And by the way, Francis always says this. I'm the one who's 3 hours ahead of him, and he's always like, "Oh God, it's so late. What's happening?" You don't have to get up early tomorrow, right?
No, but I wake up early most days.
Oh, why? You like to get up early on Saturday, or you just you do it by?
No, not Saturday and Sunday. No,
I'm saying tomorrow's Saturday. I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, I wake up early today.
I know the other days you have to.
Oh,
but on Saturday, do you get to sleep in, or do you just naturally wake up?
It depends. Just because I've had to, for medical stuff, I've had to wake up early on Saturdays lately. So
to go to a doctor.
That's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, well, to do some tests and stuff. So that's fun.
Well, then that's not fun.
Yeah.
Martha, we need you on a stream, and it's a Friday night. I think Martha should come on the stream sometime.
No.
I've heard from somebody told me, Martha, you have a tendency to swear a lot.
Well, she does.
Yeah,
she's proud. She's proud of it.
She should be. It's funny when the one time we got on the time, I was like, oh, I don't remember her swearing much, and you're like, oh, well, I guess she was trying not to. I was like, shit, she should swear all she wants around me. It's fine.
All the time. That's all she can't. Like she only says. No, I'm kidding. I was gonna say a joke about her 5, like in a sense of 10 words, 9 of them were swearing, and then the one word is like is. But never mind.
Wait, what?
Because she doesn't want to show her face. She doesn't want to show herself on.
Oh, I was like, we're not gonna be in person.
She doesn't want to show herself.
Okay. Not on a stream like this. I guess.
She wants to be
incognito, anonymous. Yeah. I see. Well, thank you for showing me your face when we were on a private stream, Martha. I appreciate it. You can wear be a superhero, like wear a mask. Yeah, wear like a cool mask, not like the mask we've had to wear recently. A superhero mask.
Her real name's Juanita. No, can you imagine?
She can be Alonia Dusk.
She's Alonia.
That was an earlier thing.
Alonia Dusk.
Oh, I already shared that. Sorry. Wait, what do we got here? That's when the hero kids defended Chapultepec. Chapultepec, thank you. Castle for the Americans. Oh, is that Independence? I don't know. I'm so confused now. We're talking about so many things.
We're just talking. We're all over the place. And
I'm a swearing machine gun, she says, though.
Yeah, he is. It's the worst.
Is it just like fuck, shit?
Sometimes. Yeah.
It's like a machine gun.
Yeah. Like if
an icon for her. That's true.
She wants to be. Yeah, she could be a VTuber. She doesn't have to be a VTuber.
A VTuber.
VTubers are people who hide themselves by putting an anime avatar to talk for them instead.
What's the V stand for? Video? They're not really. Virtual, I got it. By the way, I tried to check out some of the, who was the girl you told me about?
Amaranth?
Yeah, so after that, when was it, like last week?
Yeah.
I watched some of it, and then,
weird,
right? Because after some of the stuff besides the sleeping, well, there was one with her and I think those 2 girls earlier showing we're going to pole dance.
Yeah, they do pole dancing.
But most of it was just, I only watched a couple minutes, like a very small part of it, was them kind of like like talking to each other and laughing. Yeah. And they didn't really pole dance. She did a little bit. I'm like, by the way, and that's great that people love her, but I'm like, it's not really doing much for me. So
no, well,
me personally, obviously she's very popular, which is great. Good for her.
People watch those types of Twitch people because of the anticipation. Like it's the anticipation that they like. They're like, oh, are they going to do the thing? Oh, they did the thing.
Seemed like there was a long anticipation going on.
Oh yeah. Oh, they keep them on for hours. I mean, this is their full-time job, so they're there 8 hours a day. Like some of them, like they're there all the time. It's insane.
Like a VTuber, yeah. Martha would make so much money as a VTuber because she swears a lot. Is that why?
Well, VTubers are usually very they use little cutesy voices and they're very like tee hee.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you. So let's see, shows where your squares in video. Oh yeah. Okay, got your picture. Yep, absolutely. Okay, what's she telling me? When America invaded Mexico City, that's when the hero kids. Who are the hero kids?
So I guess the kids who were heroes, I guess they're just the hero,
Like
the ones who are
the
heroes
heroes of the war
story,
of this battle
yeah,
defended the
battle.
castle. One of them threw himself from a tower covered with a flag. Nationalism 100%. Oh wow, jeez.
Wow.
All right. You didn't get the mic kiss. Oh, what, on her stream, or is he saying sometimes they do this?
Oh yeah, because of the ASMR stuff. Yeah. No.
Oh, I can actually see how ASMR can be soothing depending on how you're doing it.
You know, when you've got cleavage there and they're licking a virtual ear, their tongue just like slathering that ear. Yeah, I guess people can you know.
But no, but some ASMR is done just to be soothing, right? It's not sexual. It's just
Most of it is, yeah. If you watch it on YouTube, most of it is just like, I'm going to tell you a story, and it's going to be whispered, and I'm going to crinkle some paper, and I'm going to like make weird noises, and it'll be soothing for you, but it's going to be, you know. And then the ones on Twitch is like, I'm going to make out with my mic because you like kissy sounds, and I'm going to lick it like it's some kind of weird, you know, lollipop, and enjoy. And then they do that, and they just, and then everyone's vomiting.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Does everybody know what ASMR is? I didn't actually a couple years ago.
Oh God, I forgot. Oral something. What is it? I forgot what ASMR stands for. It's an acronym.
Sensory maybe.
Yeah. Oh, autonomous sensory meridian response. That's what it is.
Holy shit! Who's gonna remember that?
Well, that's why it's ASMR, right?
Yeah. All right. There we go. ASMR. Wow, look at you. This might be the show we've covered the most tangent topics.
We covered every base. We actually rounded the bases and then rounded them again.
Oh, by the way, privately, Greg told me his Friday stream doesn't start for 3 weeks. His new Friday stream, so that's what if you want to do. If we want to do something before that, I get it. Thank you, Greg, for the offer.
Yeah, we'll get back to you because I don't know.
That sounds cool though.
Yeah.
I think she's trying to say they're work cadets, but it sounds like they're we cadets.
Yeah.
Yes. But they kind of were, right? Military school, they were super young, 14 to 17. And for some reason, they were left to defend the castle. And for heroism, they're known as hero kids. Oh.
Okay.
Well, that actually is really heroic. Holy shit, they were that young.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
young.
Hero kids. They should make a fucking movie about that.
It
right?
probably sounds better in Spanish than it does in English, I'm guessing.
I like hero kids. Well, hero kids, now that I know. That's cool.
Yeah.
But you're right, it probably does. If you all do ASMR, I won't watch.
Oh, I don't.
What?
I don't.
You don't
I'm not.
talk
Actually, I'm
like
not
this?
actually a fan of ASMR.
I haven't really heard enough of it, so I don't know.
I've heard enough of it where I'm like, I don't get it.
You want to say it?
Niños Eros.
Oh,
Is it
good-
Eros?
Nice pronunciation.
Niños Eros.
That does sound better. Hey, I just started watching this. It's either Spanish or Mexican show on HBO Max. It's about Los. Fuck, I don't know. Sorry, that didn't help you out.
Is it called Los Las?
Los Las. It's about this famous soccer player who gets he has a heart attack and he goes back to his hometown and I guess he has to like coach this girls team or something.
Is it called? It's not a documentary called LF. No, that's different.
Hang on, let me just log in and see what the fuck I was watching. It's HBO Max. It's a new show. It automatically gave me the dub version, but obviously I'm sure you could turn it into the original Spanish. Which is always gets a little used to those dub. Las Bravas FC football club. Las Bravas. Yeah, it's pretty fun so far. Because it's very, yes, Las Bravas Football Club. Do you like, Martha, do you like football? AKA soccer over here? Yes, she does?
No, I don't know. I don't think she does. We've never talked about soccer, or football.
Football, as the rest of the world calls it. All right, okay, well, that's all right. Thank you, Julie. That's a lot of history there on that battle.
Well, we asked for it.
Jalil literally knows the history of everything, I feel like.
Yeah. He's pretty good.
But I guess the military history, right?
Well, that's a specialty, I think.
Yes. Yeah. All right. There we go. All right, I guess maybe we'll really... Oh, they're good. There you go. Good commentator call there. That's a field goal in football is what you're doing. I feel like... Whoops, I like soccer. Oh, wait. Oh, hang on. I liked it when I was younger. I even played it and went to some games with my dad, but now I don't like it as much. Okay, well, that's cool. I played it when I was young, too. The only sport I watch is League of Legends. That's funny.
I mean, it's an e-sport. It's considered sports now.
No, I mean, look, people make a living that way now.
They do.
I think it's kind of funny, though, is I see some of the esports things, and the players, they pose them all in these things like the really tough poses, like, yeah. And I'm just kind of like, come on, guys. Like,
yeah, they like it. Well, they have to look tough, right? Because
I'd rather have a picture of them looking like they're having fun or something.
But that's what they do in real sports, though, right? Like if you look at like basketball and football,
I think that's ridiculous too. They always make the picture of the guys like serious or frowning. Like, let them smile. Yeah, I get it's silly. I think though
it is silly, but that's a staple of sports.
Oh, Wolf 359. That's the Star Trek reference.
Yeah.
It happened in next Borg. That was a Borg attack, right?
It's Borg attack.
That's where Cisco.
Before they reached Earth, they destroyed Mars and Saturn and Jupiter.
Yeah, that's actually where Cisco lost his wife. Wolf 359. Yep. Very good. All right. Hey, now that we got back to Star Trek, that means it's time to end the show, right? Star Trek was near the beginning. We bring it all back to Star Trek. Go watch Strange New Worlds, folks. The pilot, if you haven't seen it. Well worth it, particularly even if you have not liked. If you haven't liked the recent Star Trek, I think you may like this because I certainly did. I think it's worth a shot anyway. I worked. If you mean the fan ones, I worked on an episode of New Voyages briefly for one day. So I've seen a little bit of that. I think some of those fan things did some good stuff for sure. The original series continuation.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's hammer time? Oh, wait. Oh, he's trying to stop us. Look, he doesn't want us to go. Look at how much they love us. Like, do you mean you want us to, like, MC Hammer? Can't touch this. Oh, yeah, you're doing it. Yeah. Get our parachute pants on?
Trying, at least.
All right, folks. I think we will wrap it up there. But thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in with us for this extra special Freff-tastic episode, which is... Fuck, I don't have it ready. God damn it.
Freff Friday, fun bags. No,
fun bags. Jeez.
Film Fiesta.
It is that, but what I was trying to do is that this episode is certified Freff.
Freff.
Thanks again to JC Mastro for doing that. Oh, is this what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to punch when we do that too? Oh, I see. Something's coming out of the screen is what you're doing, right?
Yeah, because I don't have any other means to kind of.
I get what you're doing. I appreciate it. Oh, look at everybody. He's like, now let's talk Stargate now. Oh my God, that's a whole nother hour if we did that. Jeez. Well, you watched, right? You watched some Stargate, yes?
I did watch Stargate. I watched the first few seasons of Stargate SG-1, but I didn't watch past that.
Oh, you didn't get to Atlantis? Atlantis was my favorite.
It's not that I wasn't interested. I think I was watching other stuff. That's when I discovered Doctor Who, and I was watching other stuff. So I kind of.
Yes, Greg, the New Voyages and Star Trek Continues were taking the original series and then continuing on past where it ended with the same characters, Kirk and everybody. But a lot of those people, some of those people got like actual like sets from the things that were used in the sets and exact replicas of the bridge and everything, and they did a good job. All right, so there we go, folks. We'll see you Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific for some super geeked up shenanigans. Have a great weekend, everybody. Oh, happy Mother's Day to all the geeky moms out there. To my mom, Francis' mom, all your guys' moms. Hope you. I'm actually going to a symphony tomorrow with my mom, but it's actually they're playing John Williams music at the symphony.
Fun,
which is great. And then Mother's Day, we're going to have to eat and do some other cool stuff with the family.
As Vanilla Ice would say, word to your mother.
Yes. What better person to represent Mother's Day than Vanilla Ice?
I'm just saying.
You're right. He really loved his mother. That was nice of him.
Word to your mother.
But hope you get to spend your time with your mom, or if you are a mom, have a great Mother's Day. Maybe I'll text my mother. Nice, Greg. Babylon 5 and Sequest. We need a show for these. Well, I'm actually not a fan of Babylon 5. I know a lot of people are. Sequest, I would be happy to. I think there should be a new Sequest. Actually, that is one show I think they should bring back. Could make it for good after hours. You're right. We kind of already did an after hours. There we go. You know what we did? We did our main show. We did our after hours. We did an after hours. So this totally makes up for Wednesday, folks. Hopefully. I think this might be in the Babylon 5. I'm not sure. That might be in response to that.
No, it totally that was Babylon 5. That was a Babylon 5 thing.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Babylon 5 got canceled, Greg. You're right, because it was a poor show. And I think I turned that around.
I did. Yeah, I think I like Babylon. I remember.
Oh no! Look at all these people. Listen, folks. Yeah. You know I say if you loved it, great. I think it's way overrated. I don't think it was good. Mark's we always get into this debate too because Mark loves it.
You didn't like that penguin guy with the hair?
I know who you mean. I thought the aliens looked ridiculous. To be honest with you, yes. But listen, I think you're getting a new Babylon 5, right? So you should be rejoicing over that. You should be excited, right, for the new Babylon.
Because I think the updated fan of hair on that guy.
Yeah.
In HD, a fan of hair.
Well, tell Zathos, I'm assuming that's a Babylon 5 character. I will not, because I've tried a couple different times getting into Babylon 5, and I can't, and I'm not enjoying it. So we watch for the one, we cosplay for the one. Is that a Babylon 5 motto?
I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Just go. Fine. Listen, we're gonna stop so you can go watch Babylon 5. How about that?
Babylon 5, yeah.
Or Sequest or whatever you want to watch. Mm-hmm. All right, that's it, folks. We will see you soon. Until then, stay geeky, everybody. Bye. Nope. Okay.